Good morning, everyone. Let's see. Let's invite Kanessa up here. Good morning, Rustan. Good morning, One Exist. We got DCL Brazil back on X. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for you guys. We missed you.
I'm wondering why my headset's not working. One sec.
I wonder if it was like a kind of like a nice hiatus just to take a break from Twitter. Like maybe we should all do that. Take like a month or 2 month sabbatical and just take a break from here. What am I saying? That's insane.
I don't know, Kanessa. You've had some pretty crazy ideas, but this one, I don't know.
I got a new idea I'm gonna try out for November, I think. You know, like the word November. So I think there's something I'm gonna do in Decentraland that like I'm not gonna do for the month of November. But I think I'd be kind of stupid to do it too.
Is this like metaverse Lent? Like when you have to give up something you love for a month or what for Lent?
Kind of. I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we all had to give one thing up. What would we give up?
You better not make me give up my Mew hoodies or any of my Mew accessories.
So if we all did like a different challenge. Oh, what if we all put 100 mana in? We all do a different challenge, and then whoever, if you break your challenge, then you're out, and whoever lasts the longest gets all the money.
You should give up donuts.
That's too hard. That's too hard. Oh my gosh, people on fire. What is going on?
I was just saying that like when we first got here, I was like, who set toxic waifu on fire? And then she blames it on Mean Green Doge, and then she says, burn the witch. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I hear the song Adele like set fire to the rain going on. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. How did that happen? What? How do I get this? I want it.
Now she's setting heart explosions with around her fire and waving the flag. Hey, I guess it's very symbolic. We're gonna burn with our the Decentraland beliefs.
Well, we should have like the phoenix as a the phoenix could be our mascot then, like rise from the ashes. I guess first we have to rise from the ashes. So,
Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep.
stay
Gotta
tuned.
make sure we can rise from them. Yeah, that's for sure. Like the new client should be open for the public. I just realized like this Monday. So I'm even like thinking like this week's episode of Beyond the NFT, should I be like doing it in the new client like on first day one? Let's go. Am I allowed? I need to talk to the overlords.
I mean, I guess like why wouldn't you? Like that's always why I ask myself like why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I just go to it? Like is there a benefit like if it's not working for everybody, that would kind of suck to go and like be in something that not everybody has access to. But apart from that, I don't see a reason why not.
Yep, yep. I definitely want to like try to do my at least like my part for like pushing the new client. Like anyone that comes in, like, seeing that my stream is running on a totally new client, the Decentraland looks different than what they're used to if they're coming back, and like would like to like, show them that this is available and you could use it. When was it? Like yesterday or the day before yesterday, they had the kind of like the final testing party, um and in the stream was working perfectly. I was happy about that.
That's awesome. I feel inclined to like just do everything in the new client because otherwise it would be weird if they're like, wow, you guys have this giant brand new like thing, you've waited months for it and you're not using it. Like, what's up with that? And then also helping like bug test additionally, like in a, I don't, yeah, there's still going to be like issues coming up.
to,
So
to be to be fair, it took me to like client 1.5 in order to start using client because I was so addicted to browser. They had to literally stop working on browser for me to stop using browser.
oh, me too. But I mean, look at now, like it does work. I know it's hard to change, but it is nice to go to be in something new that works. I'm sneaking, I'm being naughty. I'm bringing a feature of the 2.0 into back into like 1.0.
And let's see, I see the room filled up a little more since the last time we said hello. Hey, what up, Obi-Wan? I don't know if you've been following, dude, but we got a new client coming out on Monday. Let's go. Uh, Unfortunately, the Mew bubble does not look as glowy on the new client, but I'll definitely try to talk to someone on making it more glowy as it should be.
Is it
Um,
Monday or Tuesday?
I thought it was Monday, the 21st, right? Or is it?
I thought it was the
Oh,
22nd.
oh, okay, so perfect. Then that means I will uh have another week to plan for Beyond the NFT, which like or at least a an episode with the new client. I guess it if it's the 28th, that would be my first day of work. Maybe I could do something chill. Vanessa, do you want to be on Beyond the NFT?
Sure, sure. I mean, I think I don't know what there is to talk about, but hopefully I'll be done with my build soon, and then I can talk about that. But I think you should have a like so if the new release is on Tuesday, that means Monday, this Monday, is your last week in the old client. So do you already have a guest? Because
Yep,
otherwise
I'm already booked.
you
This
should have like
week.
a recap show of like the best of the best, or maybe do that like the next week, because then you could just do, I don't know, recaps of everything.
Best moments on Beyond the NFT. It's just like a hour clip of me, just like bloopers of me, just like saying some dumb shit or
I remember editing a few videos of yours that might have some swear.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Just like the behind the scene bloopers of like times sinful should have just been just shut up.
We do need some bloopers. That's for sure. We need like more. I don't know. Now I'm like, why didn't I take videos? I know why, because like I just took forever to learn how to video, but like I'm wishing that I would have taken more videos way back in like 2021, 2022, like the glory days, the golden era. That would have been pretty cool.
Oh, you didn't take any videos from back then? No, I'm kidding.
I didn't know how. I thought the OBS was gonna like drain my wallet, man.
I see. Yeah, it does tend to do that sometimes. So you're right. Better safe than sorry.
We have there's a cybersecurity class at my job November 1st. And so I had to like not laugh in front of everybody because they're like, yeah, cybersecurity, that's just getting worse and worse. And I'm like, oh, you poor gentle summer children. You don't know what's coming. Like, have you clicked on a link, like just a random link lately? Yeah, you have. Like, you guys are good sheep going to the slaughter. I mean, we are too, but uh, I want to hear about this web 2 cybersecurity. I want to like ask the guy like what do you guys do for like do you do like cold wallets? Like how are you protecting your public keys? Like he'll be like, what?
Keys that are public, impossible. Uh, but yeah, yeah. These individuals definitely have not looked a little further into the horizon, or at least like maybe even just to the next, um, to the next door neighbor, Web3. Just it seems to get worse, and I guess in a way, when it comes to cybersecurity, it's always one of those things where the people that are trying to defend are always reacting to the attackers. There's always a reaction to the action when it comes to defending your assets. Go ahead, Kanessa.
Well, I was gonna say, like Michael, I think it's Michael K that said actually like secure wallet security starts. It is a Web 2 thing. Like that's where it starts. Is like your habits in just your traditional like handling of your computer and the internet and your security. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a good idea to like totally go with an open mind. And that's another person that you could have on your show like quarterly, like every 3 months or something, or twice a year or something, just because there might be new people that haven't heard, or like do some kind of special like cybersecurity. I know One Exist has like Metaverse Safety Week coming up, I think in November, early December, which is really fascinating to me. But I don't know. Like we used to kind of every once in a while we'd spend a little bit more time like focusing specifically on security, and we haven't done that for a while. I don't know. Especially as new people come in, I think we need to like rewind the clock and be like, well, we okay, like we got to explain all of this, even if we all know it. We've got to explain it in different ways that will keep people safe, I guess.
Yep, yep. I definitely agree. Yeah, I mean, I try to tell people to keep their wallets safe all the time, but yeah, definitely it should be something that we should touch on. And I mean, as far as Wallet Guard goes, we'll see if we can get that fat Wallet Guard sponsorship. They are partnered with MetaMask now. Uh, in order to have a quarterly show, but I mean, there's definitely other cybersecurity people in the space, like other companies, as well as like, yeah, ways to stay safe. Sorry, I'm just very distracted by the weasel right now. She is running sideways and trying to bite my wires.
Aw, sweet kitty. Sweet kitty. I was gonna say sweet kitty. Sweet weasel.
Ba- basically, this is like a freaking cat dog rodent.
And I see we have a new friend on Parcel, Claire. Welcome. Okay, now I'm gonna come over and I'm dressed like I don't know what I'm dressed as, but I look very scary. So I'm sorry, Claire. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just embracing the darkness today, I guess. But welcome. Let's see. To walk, you hit the W key, and to go a little, that kind of actually like runs you. It goes really fast. If you hit the W and the Shift key at the same time, then you walk slower. And it's going to be totally the opposite in the new client. So I'm really excited for that change.
Yeah, and if you hold control, you walk like a supermodel.
I'm just excited for the walk cycle because it'll stop messing up my Fortnite game because in Fortnite like to run, it's opposite of what it is now. So I think I've lost games. I'm saying it's not a skill issue. It's because I get acclimated to Decentraland and then I go to Fortnite and then I'm like my hand messes it up. So I think it's that. We need a slide in Decentraland. We need like the Fortnite slide where you can just like run up to Genesis Plaza and then just hit your slide button and you just slide in. And like in Fortnite, if you slide into somebody, you'll like knock them away. Which we'd be such little assholes if we had that option. Like, hi, Sin, and just run into you and just knock you away. But I can't, and I guess that's good.
I mean, it would be kind of cool. Okay, okay, like colliders for avatars would be cool, like if we're trying to be silly and all. But
I
like
know, I
at
know.
parties, it'll be so bad. Like someone will be coming in like full speed, running full speed into a crowd of
Oh
people. You
my
just see like a
gosh.
bunch of avatars just fall,
Yeah, and
ragdoll
I'm
onto
like,
the
I've been the biggest advocate to like never put colliders in, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, but I could really have fun, messing with my friends if I had them. So they're gonna be like, okay, just mute her account. Like, don't take any advice from her ever again, because you're just never gonna please her.
and wanted to say hello to Odd Job. I know I did say hello to him in Genesis Plaza, but hello again. We have future music on Parcel as well as Kairos. Good afternoon, Kairos. Man, lots of friends today. Lots of friends this morning. Did Claire ever figure out how to? Oh, I see you just typed.
Yeah, I did. And you know what? I just realized this is not the scene I wanted. This is not the scene I deployed. That's weird. I actually put the airship in because this is our last show in 1.0. So I put a very special scene in, and now I'm like, wait a second, we're still in Bavaria. We're not supposed to be here.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. The airship, the airship with knife propellant or propellers, table knife propellers.
I think I might put that scene in, and then we can refresh. Would that be breaking the mainframe? Would we break everything if we just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to a totally different scene? I think.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of breaking scenes, oh my gosh, I am getting, I am going gray trying to get stuff to deploy in the new web editor. I'm sure everybody's seen me like uh I don't know. I'm just spamming the CBD general with like, okay, and now this is my problem and now this is my problem. So I'm just going to like stop complaining to us cuz we're so good about it, but I'm going to go and like complain to the people that like make it and then just I'm just going to live in their Discord from now on and like see if I can get help.
Yeah, possibly. You might get help by, I mean, one of the best individuals that know what's happening. Like I guess with this new client coming, like I it may bring a lot of frustration amongst our friends, like especially like the developers, the ones that have been building the space. Um, I hope that the foundation does like kind of open up and share a little more information of what can be done with the new platform. And yeah, what are they limited to?
Well, I'm imagining for a while they're still going to be testing bugs because they shared their like schedule of the next two focus items. Like the next, oh, I can't remember what it is right now, but the next one is like discoverability, like the map. So that's what they're gonna like ask people to look at the different options with the map, and then after that, it's like friends. And so there might be, there might be things about the map that are coming up now, but they're like, all right, we're gonna focus on that like the next. I don't know if it's a monthly cycle or anything like that, but I mean, they've got to just kind of compartmentalize. They've got to like organize it in some way like that. Otherwise, they're just gonna go. They're gonna go nuts. I mean, I would.
So, Vanessa, can we say that you're on schedule for next month's Wuzik Festival?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna go. We're gonna rock the music. You'll have to fill people in on that one. But yeah, totally. I go big or go home. There might be, yeah, really cool things. But go ahead. What?
Ooh.
Why music, Sin? Why music? Why not
Why
music?
why Wuzik? Why Wuzik? I don't know. We're still deciding on whether we want to do the take over the meme and and meme it for a music festival. But for anyone that hasn't heard yet, it's gonna be CBD's attempt at a music festival on the new client the weekend after Thanksgiving. So yeah, we might be doing a thing. We might be doing a thing. Um and I don't know, Canessa, I've been even thinking like maybe it could even be a 2-day thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, what about like? I mean, are we sadistic enough to do a 24-hour event, or maybe not like a 24-hour straight? But could we make it so that our friends overseas have more times that they can make it to?
That's an excellent question, Canessa. And I definitely have not thought about even that aspect of things. But yeah, I mean, definitely we could add it in. Maybe like I was thinking like Saturday, that if we do something Saturday, Sunday, maybe well, like maybe Sunday would be the events that starts earlier, and then like Saturday nights it's like we go in a little later into the night, and Sunday start earlier. Yeah, I mean, something to play around with, and of course end earlier because after Sunday we probably a lot of us will have to get to work.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, and I like just not trying to do something like a 24-hour event that's just gonna kill you for the week, but like just maybe like just a revolving, or would that be or like a rolling party. So maybe every 4 hours there's like another thing going on or something. What yeah, what do the people think? What do people want?
Yeah, I mean, definitely with events like the Beast Roaming Party. Those are like kind of examples of events that like you kind of notice the time changes, like around got bless Toxic Waifu and anyone in the UK and UTC time zone. Like yesterday, we had Help I'm Streaming and Toxic Waifu and Meta Wolf like in at the event at like 10 p.m. Eastern. It's already like super early for them. And they were there, and as they were going like to sleep, you would see like more people from like Mountain Time, and then uh PST kind of start jumping in and stuff like that, and so on after. I think we even had some Japanese community members come through. So yeah, you definitely see like the ranges in time. It's like you'll start with like um 22 attendees, and then like you'll see like the numbers drop to like 18, 19, and then like 20 minutes later you're seeing people either like get home from work or just waking up over in Japan and joining the party.
Yeah, yeah, it is it really hit home, like, what a global audience we have when I was in Portugal, and I don't know, like, uh, people were not so happy about something, and so they were Discord was very active, and then all of a sudden, like, in the middle of the day, it just got quiet, and then I was like, "Oh," it's like the Americans went to bed, like, I was like, "Is this how we are?" We're just like rah all day, and then all of a sudden it just like the world gets peaceful. I'm like, whoa, okay. uh Duly noted. But yeah, definitely want to make something easier for our European friends and friends from around the world to make it to the party, and maybe even, yeah, hopefully perform as well.
Yeah. So far, I mean, I think I have a couple of performers, a few performers that are definitely interested in performing. Such as a DJ Vaped, he kind of seems excited for it, as well as Make. Bobby Yaps would like to also perform. So we're so far we're slowly getting individuals here, and perhaps even like for once the month of November starts, I can actually start like putting out the call. Right now, it's like been like kind of just personal invitation throughout my guests.
Well, and I liked how we did it last time, how there were people who normally maybe didn't, they're not running around as DJs, but they have like art or musical, like Argent. I'm thinking like how when I think of Argent, I'm primarily like visual artist, but then she had some really cool music to add. So maybe even those like community sets where it's like 5 or 10 minutes of something somebody did, and put it in there. That was a really cool way to like hear what our friends are doing too.
Yep, yep, for sure. Definitely may have some of that. Yeah, it just depends on the interest, and how many people want to perform, how many people want to do live, what are their time zones and or best times for them. And then yeah. Hmm. For some reason I'm still seeing Oktoberfest build. I'm gonna
Hmm.
I'm
You
gonna
might.
yeah, I'm
Did
restarting
you?
Decentraland.
Yeah, you gotta totally. Yeah, so for anybody that can hear us on Parcel, refresh and then come up above. This is not a fancy build. This is an old build. This is Canessa in 2021, my building skills. And so it is nothing to be impressed with, but there's a lot of love in this build. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's very special to me. I was so proud of myself when I made this. And yeah, when you see it, you'll see it's not a lot to be, now I'm like, wait, it's not a lot to be proud of, but it is like this kind of scene gave me hope of like I could really build something here. um the airship is a vase from the builder set. The propeller are knives, and I you don't have to ask about the axe and the wine bottles, and this is just my special place where I like to sit with an axe next to me and just, I don't know, look down upon the world.
Oops. Is there a screen here?
There is right up above,
Oh,
and I can
okay.
see you running up the stairs. I see you coming. I got this place on surveillance.
Oh, okay, okay. I see. I see.
It's almost as good as surveillance as my bunker, but not quite. You need to go up further. That's going to be a hard. No, you can't get to us by that way where you are. There's probably lag, isn't there? Wait, you're already here. Never mind.
Little
God
lag, little
dang, my
lag.
surveillance system has a flaw. Okay, shoot.
I remember sitting on top of this hot air balloon for hours, just drinking your wine and grilling your eggplants.
Yes, this is the first. I think I brought you here the first time I ever talked to you because I was rolling through Genesis Plaza and I saw my good friend Fermion, and Ferm was like, "Come over here." And there was like a crowd of people, and then there was like there's just, yeah, this weird guy, looked like a mouse, and like Mickey Mouse, but like not Mickey Mouse. He's like a wannabe Mickey Mouse. So I came and talked to them. I think Jim Cedric might have been there. And then they were like, "Get on Twitch. This guy is on Twitch." I'm like, "This guy is on Twitch?" Like, you know, somebody should check on him if he's having like Twitches, and, you know, but then like they're like, "Oh, Twitch is like a platform." So then I got to Twitch, and then yeah, you were talking, and then you were like, I think I said something about my land. You were like, "Where is it?" But I said something like I forgot it, and you were like, "You forgot where your land is," and you thought it was like misunderstanding, and I was like, "Oh my god, no! This guy is gonna think I'm an idiot that I just forgot where my land is." And then we came here to the airship, and I think Zeta was here, some other people. I had brown hair because there was no colored hair in the marketplace yet, except for that like pink wig. I didn't have it yet. Um, and then yeah, we chilled here on your Twitch stream on the airship for like a couple hours and talked about DCL and DGens, I guess. And here we are.
Don't let off-brand Mickey Mouse intimidate you with Twitches. Off-brand Mickey Mouse with Twitches intimidate you.
I just figured you thought I was the biggest idiot because you're like, where? Yeah, just because you like laughed at me because you asked something. I was like, I don't know where it is. But then, yeah, you thought I meant my land. And I'm like, nope, I didn't just lose a 9-piece parcel. I know where my land is.
You know, laughing at individuals has gotten me in trouble more than one time, that's for sure. But
Oh, and actually, no, you weren't a mouse. You were a penguin.
I was a penguin Mel or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta post this picture. I gotta it's let's see, where would that be? If I was a picture from 3 years ago
Oh,
in my hard drive, where would that be?
I could definitely find one or two actually. I think they're like in my SSD right here. Um, yeah, I could definitely find a couple pictures of like the first time we hung out here on at your parcel on this particular build.
Yeah, let's see. Somebody messed up all my pictures. Who did that? So, who I think it was me. But yeah. Yeah.
Hey Jim, we've come a long way, haven't we, bud?
Okay, and Jim was the first person I ever brought to. Well, no, I didn't bring you to my land, Jim. You found me because I was like, you know, I used to always be on my land alone, and I don't know, like I just was used to always being alone, and then all of a sudden somebody's like, "Hi," I'm like, "Whoa, you know what the heck? Like, why are you here?" I don't know. It was like really weird, like this, because I think you know, you're still getting used to like the real world where if somebody doesn't just come and sneak up on you when you're in your comfort zone of your house, like that's very weird. So I think there were some like elements of that when people would surprise me on my land, I was very surprised. I was like, whoa, what's like, how did you get here? You know, now I mean, my brain's like, yeah, people just always roll through. But Jim, I was trying to build something way up in the sky. And so, like, Jim, I just remember jumping off from way up high. And yeah. And then, so Jim has keys to the kingdom. I'm thinking of giving Jim like all the secret passwords to my new build, and then he can just access it, and then he can also run surveillance and like resupply like ammo or something. I'll be weapons defense, but he can do ammo.
You should give them your key your feed phrase as well, just in case.
I think I would be better off if he had my seed phrase for sure. Yeah, that my decision making track history is not as good as Jim's. So, Jim, if there's any new NFT projects that are like gambling in the metaverse, you know, maybe look twice, maybe go slow, or maybe just go all in. I don't know.
Yeah, just look both ways real quick. Um, that's funny. And I do see that we've had a speaker here for quite a little bit as we've been rambling about and reminiscing. Uh, welcome, one exist. How are you this morning?
Blah. A friend of mine made me smoke some cherry cheesecake last night, and I feel like I took a Tylenol PM.
It happens. It happens.
Ugh. Well, I don't smoke very often either, so there's that. But you guys are talking about reminiscing and the old days of Decentraland. I've actually gone and downloaded some builds off the web builder. There'll be SDK 6, but I've been putting different ones in my worlds, just kind of as a nostalgic little thing. Ones that I thought were cool, kind of cool, without going through all 800 pages. I think there are of them. Um, so that's kind of cool. And you're talking about security. Uh, for those of you that know High CC, remember she had a Metaverse Monday X Space she was doing for a while. She is kind of making a comeback. I don't hope I don't get in trouble for this. I mean, she is posting it out there, but she actually interviewed me last Monday and has been putting some posts out about different topics we talked about. Um, but she's also talking about safety, and I did pin something up to the top um, that she did about with web security. So do check her out. She is doing a whole new, different format. Um, so watch for new episodes of that coming. And then I think actually I know they partnered with MetaMask, but I think MetaMask actually also acquired WalletGuard, if I'm not mistaken. I think they actually own it now. But I still
All
see
the more
Michael posting.
reason for that sponsorship.
There you go. And I do see Michael still posting stuff out there every now and then about wallet security, so that's always good. And yes, it's usually in December by the XRSI people. Uh, I haven't. I checked recently and I didn't see any advertisements yet about Metaverse Safety Week. Um, but if once I see something, I will, of course, be talking about it again. They did like a post I put out there about it. I haven't seen an update to it yet. Oh, and also, did you get your Beast coffee yet, Canessa? Because I'm wondering if you did and how it is, and are you drinking it out of a Rustan Decentraland mug?
Oh, no, no, and no. But I'll buy the mug if that's is that on crypto lids?
That is correct.
Oh,
Keyword
snap.
metaverse. Keyword metaverse. I'm drinking
Okay,
my
I gotta
coffee out of
write down.
mine. So
Oh man, I feel bad. I that's on my list of IRL stuff to go hunt down. So it's okay. I'm gonna grab my little post-it note. I might have like 100 post-it notes here on my desk, but I'm gonna write that because I didn't know they had mugs. That I have been looking for crypto mugs, and then I'm like, I guess I'll have to mold mine out of clay that I harvested from the good earth myself and fire in a brick oven because I can't find a mug to meet my needs. But no, I haven't gotten the coffee yet. I got it as soon as they put it on the market. I'm like single handedly trying to bring Degen's coffee to Decentraland. I'm like, do you guys mind if I just like build something for you? And they're like, yeah, no, go for it. I did get their coffee, their Kryptoons coffee, the last blend, because he did not have the Beast coffee ready yet, and I was like, all right, I gotta see how this is. So as soon as I get that, I will let you know. It should be coming this week. But for anybody that doesn't know, Degen's Coffee, they've got a couple different varieties, and they just made a Beast coffee. So I asked, like, could we like get our own Beast on this coffee? It'd be so cool to have like, um, to have coffee arrive with like your Beast on it. And he was like, no, the FDA actually has to approve each label. So um, not as easy as just slapping a sticker on it, I'm afraid. But what do I know about food safety? So soon.
What does the picture have to do with safely making your food safe?
Oh, I think it's like the ingredients inside. They want to know that they want to know what's inside the food. So, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. They want to know if it's made with real beasts or not. Like Girl Scout cookies. That's so sad when they found out they didn't make them with real Girl Scouts. So they make it with like lemon and mint.
Um, you just ruined it for me. I thought they were making Girl Scout cookies out of Girl Scouts. Damn. Wow. Well,
Yeah, I know.
okay, so I think I found the portion in my other PC where all the Mew baby pics are of me loitering on your land.
What?
You weren't even here. I would just loiter in your land.
I think I think I put a sign up once that was like, use the recycling bin. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look at those. Are any of these people still in world? How crazy is it? Jim is still here and Jim is still rocking the same hat.
Jim is
Wow.
my dog.
Yeah.
That's why I respect Jim. That's why I think Jim is literally Satoshi Nakamoto. I've never seen him in the same room together. I've never, yeah, I think, really do think Jim is the future.
Yeah. Like maybe when humans evolve, he's like the next level. He's like a Pokemon card. He's like boss level. We should make a game, and then when you get to the boss, it's Jim. Like you got to defeat the boss, but his HP is like 1,000 HP, like through the roof.
So, so fun fact about Jim. Okay, like I maybe met him like it was a while back, and Rustan, you're here. Like it was around the events that you had hosted at Casa Rustan really early on for Cripsanin. Remember, he was like a wearable creator back then, and he made the mask and kunai wearable. To this day, like I remember the night that Jim won one of these mask and kunai in a giveaway, and he literally said, "I will wear this forever." And to this day, he still has his mask and kunais on.
And he rocks Cove Beer, which Rustan and I love. I think he should be like an affiliate in our affiliate program.
And he has a clum baby on his head.
We're back to the Clum Baby talk.
Would you please have?
Vanessa, do you know?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Vanessa, do you know what a Clum Baby is?
I think you kind of told me last week. I think.
All I'll say is it has to do with wool door sock bat.
Could you, Sin, please have Jim on Beyond the NFT?
I don't know if we're qualified enough for him to talk.
No,
Like,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's having
he doesn't even need to talk. I would sit there for 2 hours just listening to like an open mic. like just dead airspace with Jim.
I mean, I feel like it'd be entertaining. He would do like some emotes and stuff and make some content. I think he would be a great guest to have on.
What if it was like you interview him, but he can only respond in emotes? So you're like, Jim, tell us about your first time in the metaverse, and then he emotes to express himself.
You know, that would be a beautiful way to express oneself on the metaverse. I have to say, see that is the good thing about of Web3 and the metaverse and what we're doing. We have the opportunity to express ourselves via emotes on an online platform to users all around the world. So download Decentraland today and make all your dreams come true.
Hey, I'll buy it. I don't know what you're selling, but I'll buy it.
You think I could be Decentraland's official commercial person?
I think you could, but I think you're gonna have to beat Brandon Manis. Sorry.
What if you had Gary interview Jim Cedric?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It'll be like 2 hours worth of like kissing emotes and wave emotes, like back and forth. Um, a bunch of dances. We definitely should have invested in Gary's Lamborghini purchase. I feel like it would have done a lot better than most of the projects that got money.
It was an apartment too, wasn't it? It wasn't just the Lamborghini.
Oh yeah, you're right.
$1
He
million
also wanted an apartment.
for an apartment and a Lamborghini and some other assorted things, if I remember correctly.
I'm only asking for 50.
You got my vote. One exists. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can share the early, the Mew loitering on Canessa's land pics. They're so great. I am so great. No, I'm kidding. But let's see. I turned off the names for some of these pictures, so like I can't even read off all the names. But maybe I can find it on a different picture. Let's see. Let's do this. Live one. Do you work? Brave tab. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here is if anyone is watching on the stream right now, I have a picture of it's me, Jim. I see Mr. Snad back there. He's rocking his Mew bubble. And a few others. We used to come over to Canessa's 3x3, and we would just party without a screen for hours, and then leave a mess for her to pick up the very next day. It was fun times.
You know how fun it would be to have like a reactive like the longer you spend time on land, the more maybe glass containers start accumulating, so that then the next day the owner comes and has to, like, they see their land has been used, and then, like, I don't know, not that you have to pay money to clean them up, but that would be so cool if you literally came in and you're like, whoa, somebody had a party here last night, because it's like for every hour that an avatar spends on the land, like a beer bottle accumulates.
And then you get rewarded if you come by and clean it up.
Oh yeah, there could be a recycling team. Oh well, never mind. People don't recycle in the real world. They're not gonna want to like go. Oh, suddenly it's fun to like recycle. No, no, no. I don't think
I'm
that's gonna
sure they
happen.
would recycle for like a portion of a mana.
Oh yeah.
I remember. I went. I was rummaging through the Beavers recycle bin they had outside their build.
What
Don't
did you
forget to
find?
recycle. Yeah, what did you find?
Um, I was sworn to secrecy on one thing, so
Oh God, he found Mariana's dead bodies. Oh God, did I say that out loud? Oh God.
I can neither confirm or deny that. But like and retweet the room, people.
Like and retweet. Yes, let's get our friends here. Definitely. Good idea. Great idea. I mean, at least for me, I'm showing 14 listeners or 14 people here. Solid day. We have a bunch of people also listening in on Decentraland. 15 friends listening in, and I just saw Fermion walk in. So welcome, Fermion, if you can hear me. So happy to have you here. And I learned something the other day, which I learned it and kind of forgot it, but I'm pretty sure a fermion is like is it a measuring unit in space or something like that, or it could go to the anatomical level. One of the two.
I think like a quark, or it's like a boson. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those sort of things.
Yep, yep. So very clever name, very clever name. And AJ, how you been this past week? Anything cool to report, or did you ever finish your competition? I think you were doing a contest of some sort.
Yeah, that finished yesterday. I just put in the vote for it. Just a update, since it was what's called an open bounty. Other people can contribute to the kitty, to the total prize value. And when that happens, I can't just declare a winner. So the voting thing was for everybody who contributed money to the bounty last week. So I cast my vote, and that's the one that ended up winning. I started a new one like the very next day on this past Sunday, and that one was for a purple ghosty. Um, and let's see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 entries for that one. Uh, one of them is like a duplicate, so I didn't count that one. There's another one that I didn't count that it's just like a color. So kind of weird. But yeah, 12 entries, very different. Most of them, one of them is a photograph, but most of them are they look like they're AI generated, but they're very different in style. One of them looks like a little decal, like a little Pokemon, a skeleton Pokemon kind of thing with a purple top hat. Very cute. So, anyway, I'm gonna do two more. Um, I think I'm gonna do. Let's see what I did a skull. Then I did jack o' lantern. This time I did a ghost. So I'm not exactly sure which one I'm gonna do next. Um, but yeah, this past week was a shortened week in Minnesota. We have something called MEA, which is Minnesota Educators Association. Um, and since a bunch of administrators and educators go to this conference, then pretty much all the schools shut down. So all the schools just shut down for 2 days. So I only had a 3-day week this week, which was nice. Um, but this coming week, I've got family teacher conferences, so there's a lot of grading that I need to do. But I'm not doing that. I'm procrastinating. I'm fucking around in Decentraland, just going through my items, transferring things over to the Giving Tree wallet, and hanging out with you guys. So yeah, I'm having a good time.
Oops, I hit the cheer button at the same time I was throwing hearts up. So glad to have you here. Don't worry, those papers, they're gonna be just fine if you just wait until Sunday evening about 7 o'clock. Grab those papers. You're gonna rock it.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do that because like
Yeah.
8:30 is my bedtime now, since I got to get up and make it to school by 7:15. But I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I've put them off long enough. Like I was doing really well at the beginning of the year. I'd like grade them as soon as I got them in, and then I'm just like, I'll save it till later, save it till later. And now I've got a stack of them, so I'm doing a little bit at a time, so it's not too overwhelming.
That's good. I used to do all my save it all up and then like try to input my grades on like the last day of the calendar month. And so 10 out of 10 don't recommend. So, well, we're glad to have you here with us and cool to see you doing all that. Like Giving Tree, I know has been an idea of yours for a long time. I've got a ton of stuff I can also donate to the cause when it's time, and I'm sure everybody does. Like I think that's a really good idea.
Well, lots of people already have, and thank you for that, Kanessa. Thank you to people like Bitfiend, Doki donated some. Those are the ones that I can just think of off the top of my head. But yeah, there's been a number of people. Oh, Dogman donated a bunch of stuff. And yeah, the address is still in the CBD Discord. It's pinned to the top of the Giving Tree. So if anybody wants to just airdrop stuff in there, I'd be very grateful, eternally grateful. I'm not like promoting or soliciting donations, just because I really want to get some sort of automatic distribution thing set up, and I think now is the right time. It's a ripe time to actually get that done with the new client. Anticipating new users coming in, there being new bits of code and projects out there that are hopefully going to make it easier for the mere mortals of us among the developers out there. So yeah, stay tuned.
If he doesn't have it yet, Unknower should throw that into VLM maybe.
Well, yeah, I see Unknower down there. I don't want to volunteer anybody. If anybody is interested, they can certainly contact me. I know that Unknower has the thing that was used for the digital yukata project, but those are all like brand new wearables for like claiming stuff like that. So I get what you're saying, Existence. But when I've talked to people from Foundation and other developers in the past, what I'm looking to do is like supremely complicated. So I've got over 1,000 unique items, wearables, and emotes and skins that are in the Giving Tree wallet. But since they are not like part of a collection that I'm minting from scratch, right? Minting through the marketplace, since they're secondary, I would need to have all over 1,000 smart contracts incorporated into, like, I don't know, like a super smart contract or something like that with the issue number. It's a part That's part of the reason why I haven't done it yet. It's like I've talked to a number of people along the way, and they're like, yeah, that's a hard, complicated thing that you're trying to do, and then I just don't do anything with it. But I don't know. If things that are worth it were easy, then everybody would do them, and they wouldn't be worth it. So I'm still working on it.
Yep. I remember like the Given Tree concept has been around since like even before we all like came together for CBD and everything. And I do remember like in the first spaces you sharing a little bit about like the vision behind it. Having a tree, a big tree somewhere in the world where new users could come and like possibly get their very first wearable.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
it's I think it's in the founding documents for CBD. Like we start up a Google Doc, and there's like there's a little GIF of a tree that's like coughing up little tree fur balls or something like that. I remember Mitchie was part of that conversation. Um, I'm happy to see though that, you know, like Polygonal Mind made that you know, that welcome area where you do the you got to do an emote, and then you get a free emote, and then you get like the hat, the toe bore hat, and you get a little shirt, some really high quality wearables. So I was super jazzed to see that thing created and then incorporated. I mean, that was essentially what I was looking to do, and those are all new items. And it, you know, it was done supremely, right? The artists and developers at Polygonal Mind did a wonderful job for that. It's just yeah, I think when I first came into Decentraland, I was thinking, how come there isn't a goodwill in the metaverse, right? There's things that like people buy and then they use them. I don't know about you guys, but I'll like buy some, like, oh my god, I have to have this, and then I wear it and I use it for like, I don't know, a couple of months, and then I'm going back through my backpack. I'm like, what is this? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I don't need that anymore. So what I do is I transfer it over to Giving Tree. So it's like part of the beauty for me anyway of like having something is that it's new and it's exciting, and then I habituate to it, and the newness wears off, and then I'm like, okay, well I don't need this anymore, and then I want to pass it on to somebody else. Um, and that's a lot of what we do with, you know, ABCs, right? I mean, a lot of that's new stuff that's been donated, but some of that's just stuff that I have lying around. I'm like, oh hey, does anybody want this, or does anybody want that? So I think it's aside from a secondary market, I think it's still just a really sound concept. It's like someone's trash is another person's treasure, and things don't wear out in the metaverse. So it's like when you get it, it's just as crisp and creased and unfaded as the first day that you bought it.
I like to just buy to support new people too. Like if you see somebody that like a unknown person and they publish their first wearable and nobody buys it, it's like, oh, like I want to at least give them some sales. So I have a lot of stuff that I've bought. I don't know that like, yeah, I'll probably not wear it much, and so I'd love to pass it on to somebody that does, because you never know. It's like just like Jim, you know, with the kunai, like you get that one piece and then all of a sudden you're like, I love this thing, like, and you want to wear it forever and not take it off. So I think it's great.
Well, there's one wearable out there that I recall where the whole idea behind it is to pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah, that was the
Specs, AJ.
Yeah, no, those are those are still
oh
out there. Um, yeah, God, why'd you got to bring that up? Jesus.
I thought you were talking about
I didn't know if it was a bad thing. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's fine. I'm not at all serious, but it's like I have so many ideas that are like either partially finished or like just started. And that's another one, right? Whereas like everybody who got one, you give it away, and then I'd give you two more, and then you give those two away, and then I'd give you four more. And it got to the point where it was just like really super crazy for me to try to keep track of it. It's like, yeah, if I were a developer, it'd be a lot easier to do this stuff. But I was doing everything manually in a spreadsheet. But yeah, I mean, the specs are still out there. I think you can buy them for like 100 mana, so that's like their super deal right now. Um, but part of it was going to be when you reached a certain level, then I was going to give you a completely different wearable, right? So yes, that was kind of the whole purpose. It's like uh, when I raised my kids, I would tell them when we share, everybody wins. So that's where Shoe came from. Sharing helps everybody win, and I think it's just a good ethos to have in the metaverse because things don't wear out, and because there's always going to be some new people that come into the space, and just because it was a wearable that was made, you know, 4 years ago, if it still slaps, I mean, it still slaps, and somebody might really like it. So give it new life. Vintage wearables.
Would that be like what L1s could be? Like vintage wearables? Like if we wanted to label, like put vintage on some wearables.
Oh, for real?
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone through. I've got some stuff that I have bookmarks, and I'm looking for, mana to hit a certain price. I'm not gonna tell anybody what they are, so I can so I can snap them up if they ever show up. But like what I'm wearing right now, Alvaro's skeleton. I was super happy when I was able to get this. Like your Mew bubble, Sinful. I mean, those are things that like that's what creates value, right? Is when people want a certain item, and also partly because it's quality made. Like this is a really well made um, wearable. This skeleton, and there just aren't many of them out there. The panda hat that came from MetaZoo that uh, Mana Daiquiri wears. Um, yeah, it's like I'm that's I'll just be upfront. That's one thing that I'm like, oh geez, that's a classic. That's a vintage item. I'd love to have one of those. But yeah, I've got a few L1 wearables, that are on the Mana on Ethereum. And you never know, right? It's like all these L2 wearables, just because it's what everybody uses right now. Maybe someday wearables in Decentraland will be offered on the base blockchain, because that's like super cheap right now. It's even cheaper than Polygon, than Matic, and it's entirely possible that could be something that Decentraland one day decides. So that would be an L3, right? um, the degen network, it's on base, which is L2, but there's also a degen that's an L3, and it's super inexpensive to transfer NFTs back and forth. So much so that I just go through the Warpcast through Farcaster, and there's loads of free artwork that's given out, just like we do with wearables, because it's just so inexpensive um, uh, to to spread those around.
Damn, I didn't know it got that bad. Where now the base has become cheaper than Polygon. Damn, probably works faster too.
Well, it's the hot, new network. Everybody's developing for it. There's a lot of interest on it, and I know that there are some people that don't like when I go off about this whole thing, but it's a reality, right? I mean, you can just go out there and take a look at the number of users, take a look at the number of developers. If you go into GitHub and look at how many commits are made for that network, for that coin. It's increasing. It's just you go where there's interest in the market.
So then why has ETH prices gone freaking back up through the roof? I'm so pissed.
I don't know, man. Can't help you there.
I mean, different utility, different like different mining process. Like I think, yeah, I don't know, but different animal, different horse in the race. Like Coinbase or like Base has done like CBTC now, which allows you to wrap your Bitcoin, then fractionalize it, and then use that instead of just having like basically useless Bitcoin that it's not nearly as uh, able to be used as other things. So that's pretty cool that they're like finding new ways to make our coins work for us.
Do you suppose it could be because of so many layer one twos out there on it that are causing the price increase? While they may be cheaper, they're still using the layer one.
For sure. I mean, yeah, like, there's so much more utility. Think about like what the utility of a ETH was in 2021 compared to now. I mean, like I don't know. It's It's a whole new world without going into song. It's a whole new
Yeah,
world.
well, when I want to trade, I want to swap $7, and it's gonna cost me $5 to make that swap. That's just insane.
I know. There's things that I go to buy, like NFTs, and then I'm like, nope, not today. Hopefully you're still there later.
And the price to swap is so much. Is I just don't understand why that one's so high. You'd think that would be easier or cheaper, I would think. And if transferring from one wallet to another should be free.
I just remember when I first came into Decentraland. Now, mind you, I was trading Bitcoin back in 2011, 2010. But when I first came into Decentraland, and there was something at the Metagami Mall, and they were giving away um, free NFTs of Bit Doges, right? I think I still have that somewhere in one of my wallets. Um, and I'm like, oh, cool. You know, it's um, like a crypto punk, or like a like a board ape. There were lots of people that were really excited about it, and then I went to go um, accept. I had to pay the gas. I think I paid $85 in gas for that free NFT back in
That's
2001.
crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds like the I won't even say the gas fees for selling land back then. Like Rustan showed me how to look up my gas fees. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, insane. So buy ETH now so that when you go to sell your stuff in the future, you can actually pay the transaction fee to unload your bags. Not financial advice, but probably a good idea. I remember once $800 in like gas fees on a transaction.
Oh my God. Okay, who remembers being around for the day that Other Side was minting their metaverse land, and the gas, like I tried doing like a mock transaction, like sending something or buying something random just so it could show me the gas fee. I remember getting like $13,000 worth of gas fee like in ETH coming through, and I'm just like, oh my God, why? Who would pay this?
Yeah, but it was hot. And then how many people like did the transaction and then like the transaction failed, but the gas they still got charged for the gas fees, like thousands of dollars in gas fees with zero other side land.
I would cry. I would cry. Man, it really was rough back then. Like we complain
And who
about
you
the
complain
five to
to about
fifteen
that?
dollar. We just complain into the ether. Sir Vitali, wait, is that his name? Vitalik won't listen to us. He's too busy coding
Rapping.
and taking pictures.
He's
Oh, and
he's
rapping.
too
Yes,
busy
yes.
rapping.
Yeah, I mean, once I saw him rapping, I knew that the crypto space was in good hands. I knew
I
that.
thought you were gonna say
Uh,
sell, sell, sell.
no, no, bye. Or the crypto space is definitely in good hands. It allows individuals like me, named Sinful Meat Stick, to thrive. Man, that man. Every time he gets out in public, I feel like there's something that some media that comes out of it. Like I think it was like in the last year when he was like taking a picture with I don't know if it was like someone he knew, but it was like this like Asian girl, and freaking the thing that the entire internet noticed was the freaking boner that he had opposed to they're like, oh, this is a nice picture of a founder and to someone a fan, you know.
It was a little hard not to notice.
You could say, yeah, you could say he was a little hard, um, but but yeah, poor guy. But at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like he lives up to the lore.
I like the Chewbacca costume. The pictures when he's in a Chewie.
Not to totally throw a wrench in it, but I was just wondering if you guys already talked about um, the stress test that we had at the inn the other day.
No, I was not able to make it because of work, so I have no input.
Oh, okay.
I I managed to jump in. I did kind of like earlier when I asked if like Monday would be the first uh day of the client, but it turns out that it's not for me. So next week will be beyond the NFT, but I did mention that they had streaming going at the end. It looked good. It was very steady, but I didn't speak anything past that. So yeah, definitely we could chat about it.
Do you know how many people were there, AJ? I lost count at 38.
No, that's part of the reason why I bring it up. You know how where we are right now in client, I can see there's 14 on parcel, or at least close by, just by looking at the readout in the chat. There's probably a command or something like that. Like you do /debug or whatever. But there was no way to like tell easily how many were there, other than like counting them by hand. So I don't know exactly um, how many there were. There was a good many people there. I mean, the whole point of it was to do a stress test. So I hope they got what they were looking for. Um, Lots of people doing emotes, chatting, sending out emojis. The chat bubbles looked really nice. It's something that a lot of the other virtual spaces have or have had for quite a while. So it's nice to have that as a feature. Um, but yeah, it was. I was at around 30 frames per second. So that's why I'm interested to know how many people were there. Uh, when I was in other places, I was able to get 60 frames per second. When there were fewer people, when we were going around to the games. The games were a lot of fun. Um, so I believe those are, we were testing those for the launch day. And some bugs were found. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really like the games. I wish they had teleporters from one game to the next, so I didn't have to keep going back to Discord and then, oh, I can't pin the Kim's announcement or whoever's announcement it was that this is where all of the games are. So I'm like, oh, where do I need to go next? That sort of thing. So we've had things in the past, like the music festival, where they've had schedules of acts that are coming up, and you can click right to those. So again, wayfinding is something that could certainly be improved. But yeah, the people that were there, yeah, I enjoyed seeing them, and I enjoyed the games, and I definitely enjoyed the music. The DJ was really good, and it was a lot of fun.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so I'll give you a little secret, and I swear to God, AJ, if you tell the overlords, you can teleport to the land, the parcel right next to the game, and that way you won't have to like run to it. Um,
Oh yeah, for
uh,
sure. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, I'm just talking about like, where do I go for the game? Like, even if I want to go to the parcel, like one parcel over.
mhm.
There
I
there was no like these are all the games, like that was on a heads up display or some UI that was inside Decentraland. It's like that seems
Ah,
to be like something that you really need to have.
I
Uh,
did pin
uh,
that to the CBD because, yeah, once you play those daily, you lose the icon. So if anybody
yeah,
needs finding them, that is pinned in the CBD like general
thank
chat,
you.
so you can get back to it. Um,
Th-
definitely a lot easier
Yeah,
to find.
thank you for doing that.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I was using like the daily mission symbols to kind of get to them, and yeah. Besides that, there really weren't any. There wasn't any other way to get to them unless you went to Kim's post. As far as FPS goes, by the time I made it to the show, I think there's like still around like 35 people at the inn specifically. And my FPS was like jumping between like 40 to 100. So that I can report that that's a higher FPS than I've gotten in the past with like 35 people. So that I guess they're making headway there. But I am one of my concerns does lie between like the gap of FPS, like the 1 minute minimum of like, let's say 40 FPS to the 1 minute maximum of like 120. Like that just seems like a big gap to me. I'm not sure if it affects user experience, or like if it's just or if it's something that just affects user experience if you're playing like an FPS shooter type of game. But yeah, there's that. And oh, the games. I would say that maybe they need to have more available play spots, and maybe like a time limit or two on a couple of games, so that like people don't like because there was like only one person could play at a time for the daily quests or whatever games that were being shown off. And then and like yeah, there was a queue time, maybe adding like another booth so like maybe two people can play at a time or something like that. But I do did notice that it did foster some sort of like conversation within like the hell that is waiting.
What's your favorite game so far?
Oh man, go ahead, AJ.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm I'm really good at the I think it's called 2048, or there's 4096 or whatever it's called, but it's the one where you flip the tiles, you slide them from one side to the next, and then as you merge them, then more tiles come up. And I think it's called Mosaic something or other. I really like that one, and I had to uninstall that app from my phone because I was addicted to that thing. So, um, but I like the Tower of Hanoi. That's fun, and that's Toxic Waifu's juggling, and so is Masca. The don't what look like donuts. I think they're donuts. I want them to be donuts because it reminds me of you, Kanessa. That they're donuts. But yeah, they're discs that you have the three posts, and you need to move all of the discs from the far left side to the far right side, and you can't stack any disc that is larger than the disc that's already down on it. You can't put any larger disc on top, and you have to, you just have to figure out what the pattern is. Um, and yeah, it's just it's a good mental challenge. um, but they all played really well. There were a few little bugs in there. There was another one that was like bubble something, or like little colored bubbles. Took me a while to figure that one out. I'd say the most frustrating one was the plumbing one, because like I couldn't really figure that one out. um, but yeah, there's I think like three or four that I haven't even tried yet. But those are definitely my favorites. How about you, Simple? How about you, Kanessa? Have you played any of the
Yeah,
games?
Yeah, I was gonna mention the plumbing one because I spent literally like an hour there trying to figure it out. Um, but eventually I got it going. I got it going. But yeah, I basically I think I've only played like 3 games so far, and I know there's like a few more to go. I thought I heard Rustan mention that there was Tetris, and he went over to try to break the world record in Decentraland Tetris. I hope he got it. Uh, but yeah, the plumbing one because I probably spent so much time on it until like I understood it. Uh, I guess I could count it as my favorite and most played at this moment.
I gotta play Tetris. I haven't checked that one out yet. I like the little balls that you've got to match. That one is really fun. But then once you get them all off of the screen, then you're done. So like you end, but you might not have the highest score. So I think like to get the high score, you just have to like never end. Just keep enough of them coming that you'll get more.
Is
The
it determined though by like how efficient you are? Because there's a streak, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's a yeah, I think there's like a multiplier, like a score multiplier. Uh, Somebody to ask would be like Meta Tiger. They're always out there playing the in-world games, the mini games, and just totally killing it. So I forgot who else was up there. Trax is somebody else who goes in and plays those games. Um, but yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
It it seemed to me like they were really like hitting the theme of like Um, I'm seeing type toxic waifu typed 2016 App Store vibes, like definitely that. So like maybe like if the overlords are listening, maybe like a game like Bejeweled would be like another addition to it to the mix, or like Jetpack, was it what was it called? Jetpack Heroes, something like that, or Temple Run. Could you imagine a temple run with your avatar running?
That reminds me, GDC Rustan and Kim both like totally insulted Rustan. Who was it? It was like this tiny little game behind us, and they were trying to be nice, like, oh, like this is a nice game. Like, what is this? Like, what do you do? And they're like, the brand is kind of rebranding. So anyway, they're like, yeah, we just, we made Candy Crush. And Rustan's like, that's cool. Can I have some candy? Oh no, Rustan asked something like, uh, the woman was like, what are you interested in? And he's like, Web3 gaming. She's like, we got none of that. And then he's like, okay, can I have some candy? And he just like takes her candy. I probably butchered the story, but then even Kim was like, oh, what do you guys do? And so, yeah, they were trying to be sneaky with this other little game, but they were Candy Crush. So maybe we need to crush some candies too. But the thing,
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
if they're fun, I
So,
don't know. If they're fun, they're fun.
yeah, I mean, maybe even like in games like those would be like something that would want to integrate into the Decentraland. I'm surprised Kim wasn't like, well, let me tell you who I am real quick.
Yeah, no, I think it was like, I'm just gonna get back to my booth real quick. Like, yeah, they were
Dang
for
it.
candy. I was like, we should have been giving away candy, you guys. Like, we could have had DCL colors. We could have been in the hotel room the night before, pouring candy into tiny baggies and like twisting them up for thousands of people.
Oh my God. Just the Decentraland shaped mints. Yeah. If the Decentraland had a candy, what flavored would it be?
Candy corn.
Ooh, the Decentraland
No.
candy corn.
No,
No,
it would be
candy
like
corn is the worst tasting. Sorry to yuck your yum, mate, but oh, that shit is awful. I was gonna say something that has like two flavors, like a gobstopper, where on the outside
Wait,
there's
wait,
grape.
wait. Candy
yeah.
corn has more than one flavor.
No, it's gotta be
Yeah, gross and fucking disgusting.
So there's some work to do, we're saying.
It tastes like you're eating wax, man. You cannot convince me.
I
I
didn't
mean,
say I liked candy corn. You just
oh,
asked me for a candy. I jumped in there. Good
yeah,
morning,
okay.
AJ. Good morning.
Good
Didn't Canessa make like a Decentraland logo out of candy corn? Didn't that happen?
Oh, I
Doritos.
I thought that was a
don't
reference to Canessa's skills making the Decentraland logo.
don't get me started. I made another one yesterday, but I was gonna say candy. How about those baked beans? It's like sweet on the outside, and then you break a tooth on it.
Okay, those are
But
gross.
that's Decentraland. You're like, yeah, I love it. It's wonderful. And then you're like, then you discover the Dow, and then suddenly you have like a $10,000 medical bill.
Good morning, baked beans and candy corn family.
How you doing?
I'm tired. I hung out with Mewtwo late last night and then I couldn't go to bed. It was so
Oh,
fun.
did you also lay down in bed and you're like, I'm going to sleep, and then just laid there with your mind just running for hours until it was time to wake up? Because that happened to me
Yeah,
last night.
I know I was still awake at 5 this morning, but we had so much fun last night. Let's go. Decentraland 1.0 went off.
Yep, that was last night was the last party with 1.0 clients. Next week we'll be using the new client, won't we?
I hope so. Did we figure out how to have friends in the new client? Are we I want eyelids and new friends.
No, you're not allowed to have friends in the new client. That not yet, at least. But maybe someday, like, we got priorities. We gotta fix the little emotes on the chat bubble and stuff like that. Um,
What about
may,
streaming? Is that now available for the second client?
yes. Like we were just talking about it over at the inn with the last little raid that the Decentraland testers did. Um, yeah, at the end, the streaming was working very nicely, very clear. Uh, yeah, and the music was great. So
Does anybody
I
know?
think we'll be ready.
Does anybody know
Go
when we
ahead.
get paid?
Well,
Who
that's
said
exciting news.
They said that after the 22nd exist. It's right there in the announcement. So if you spent like a half an hour on Parcel and you help them test the games, the delivery should be after the 22nd of October, after the launch.
Cool, thank you.
Woot woot. And let's see, I just saw Nate Guppy pop into the space. Welcome, welcome. Um, very nice to see you. Did we lose Make? Looks like we did. Let's get Make back up here.
Shout out. It was I couldn't hear existence, but shout out Nick Guppy coming through last night. This dude's got me so inspired. Sinful had him on the show. If you all, I'm sure, were there. And since then, I've been hiding in his Discord, learning how to DJ.
That's awesome. Yeah, big love to Nate. And who knows, maybe this new client will inspire Nate to, and the NFT record shop to explore Decentraland a little more. Who knows?
We're a hundred
Hoping.
percent. We're 100% gonna get him to come and do a set for us, man. He's been just doing some wild stuff out there. I would highly encourage those who are into music to go check out his Friday space. Super creative, absolute vibe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ah, man. I feel like pertain before we got into the candy conversation of what the Decentraland would be. Damn, I thought we were getting into something deep, or at least I was going to transition into something deep and profound. But
We were talking about the pre-test of the different mini games and stuff like that.
mhm. Yeah, 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 that is true. And we never got to One Exists. Have you did you ever play any of the games One Exists?
Yeah, I played all three, and the first two times I played the stupid liquid, whatever the pipes. Um, I completed it, but it didn't register. You didn't check it off the tasks, which I mentioned in the alpha. And then the next time I went to go try it once more, it the game wasn't even loading. But I did finally complete it last night, so I don't know how far that puts me behind on tasks, but not happy if it put me way behind.
Mhm.
You know,
I mean,
existence.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say he looks absolutely great in his new beast that he won with his beast points. Canessa.
That beast is definitely number one.
Well, congratulations, One Exists. To this point, like, damn, I'm happy that someone I know won that. There's been times where I've yeeted all my beast points into that and just like got nothing. So good
I was
good for you.
Thank you. I was very shocked. I actually found out because somebody sent me a message wanting to trade it, which I decided to keep because of Canessa. Because
Yeah.
I never would have thought of that. Um, but I guess it's been my week because I won a crypto toy too. Um, I purchased one of these new things, whatever. Um, they have a Disney, they have a Star Wars, and I think another collection they were doing. So I wanted to try it, and I did my first unboxing because it was pretty cool the way you open them up. I got a Luke Skywalker, but I guess I got that reminds me I got to get in their Discord because I won one too. Woohoo! So it's been kind of a lucky week for me, I guess.
Congratulations. And I wanted to kind of ask you because like you with the current client like 1.0 and yeah, whatever version has come after, you've had like the most difficulty with these clients. How are you seeing do you see the same difficulties with this new client coming up, or does it seem like it might be a little better, at least for your hardware?
Uh, as far as all that goes, I think I think overall it's yeah. I don't think I've really had any issues, at least as far as client 2.0 goes. Now, still having web browser issues, and there's other issues, but I believe those will change once 2.0 becomes official. Like you can't. There's a new creator hub because once the web browser goes away, so does the web builder. Just FYI, anybody that uses that. But there is a creator hub, which is basically the web builder turned into a client. So it's a download just like the client is. And then it looks almost exactly like the web builder. The only thing is they have a oh, if I'm giving shit away and I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. It's too late now.
No,
Um,
I think we can share everything now.
okay,
So
that's
you're
kind of
good.
what I thought. But um, there's a code. So if you make a build, I haven't tried it, and this is my assumption on it. There's a code button, so I believe that you can turn your build into code, unless it's never just now thinking of this, unless you can add code to your build in the web builder or in the can't call it the web builder, the creator hub. I guess that might be a possibility too. I haven't clicked on it yet, so I don't know. But there is a code button anyway.
Well, I guess I got to download that and figure that out. But I'm
Yeah,
just
but
limping through.
the stupid thing is, right now you can't deploy to your land using it. You can't
That.
deploy with it, which is
Then there's no reason to do it yet. Good.
yeah, I suppose, unless you want to familiarize yourself. But yeah, so basically,
Yeah, with any of the code and building stuff, I'd have to refer you to my builder, Canessa, over here. Canessa does great work. Canessa likes donuts. If anyone would like to ever tip her, you can tip her in donuts, and she'll be very happy.
Yep, donuts work.
Whatever happened to the Domino's pizzas we were gonna send like a year ago somewhere?
Think like the idea behind that was good, but then somebody had a good point that like it could be considered, I don't know what it is, not swatting, but like,
Bullying or some shit.
yeah, we don't want to offend anybody that has like soft, sensitive feelings. But I met somebody from what CoinDesk at GDC, and then I was like, oh, like is this whole conversation gonna be like like I better watch my words. And then I met somebody that was friends with the dead mall guy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, thanks. Okay. So but they didn't. They were nice.
Yeah, you almost feel like, are they probing me or can I be myself?
Nah, I'm just myself. They can probe. I mean, I am who I am. So if they don't like me, that's fine. They can get in line. There's plenty of people that don't like me.
Before you know it, you'll be getting called the scantily clad.
I'm a scamfluencer. I'm the destroyer of Decentraland. I'm signing MBAs, whatever. Um, yeah,
let's
that's me.
fucking go.
Let's go.
Man, you really a point when you really know you've made it in Web3 is when you're signing NDAs, I would say. I say that's like,
Oh,
peak.
not NDAs, MBAs.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. You just keep doing good things, and people will you'll be rewarded accordingly. So, you know, definitely better to just choose the dark side. Just save yourself the time and just be an asshole and try to scam everybody for everything cuz it's so much quicker than trying to do good.
Like an
I don't,
evil hamster.
I don't think you can be evil and make hula hoops. Like I'm pretty sure that's like an oxymoron somewhere.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but I bet you can make hula hoops and then become evil.
Okay,
I'm
that's fair.
pretty
That's
sure
fair.
that that's a that's seems to be working out really well so far.
So, just wondering, a couple questions. So with the new client, are we still going to have access? Is there like a time period for using the web or browser?
I don't think anything's been announced, and my guess is that they're
Monday.
I think what I heard them say in the past was it was being deprecated, and what that means, make, is they're just going to stop supporting it. So shit will continue to break using it, um, and you can continue to use it. It just, there's going to be rave mode. There's going to be, lighting effects, or there's going to be textures and materials, whatever, that get more and more wonky as they change stuff to optimize the new client. But yeah, I don't know that they would spend the time to code something that would like break it so that you can't get on with the web browser.
Gotcha. I was just wondering if it was going to be more like, a Nifty or something like that, where when you go there, you're like, hey, you got to download this client and this is how it's going to be. Um, I tried to download, the current client. I still had two, but two hadn't been working great for me to collaborate with people. So I tried to download the old Mac client, and the old Mac client, at least for my um, Intel chip, not the Apple chip. I have two different ones. Was no longer downloadable anywhere. They tried for a little bit. So if you're a Mac user, hold on to your DMGs for a little bit until everything works out. In fact, it was pulling up like a PC version when you go to download the client for a Mac for some reason.
Well, good to know. Good to know. And yeah, kind of the same. I think Kim like told us like in person. There's still gonna be browser. There's still gonna be client 1.0. Just they won't be working on it, which yeah, I guess it makes sense. And that's where like my questions lie on like how do we get everyone from client 1.0 over to 2.0? Will it be just as easy as like everyone that is streaming to the platform just using 2.0 and reminding individuals that the 2.0 client is out, and if you want to like join the party, like download 2.0? Or if there will be like different ways that or better ways we can go along with that. Go ahead, Kanessa.
Well, I was going to say, like, I think the people that use the platform that are on Twitter, like probably most of the 38 users that are in the test alpha are probably just going to use it. But then you're right, it's like the people that come in that aren't aware that there's a different way to access it. So I guess maybe we should, keep our eyes and ears open about what foundation determines they should do for it. But then if they're not like actively putting up signs, I don't know how you'd put a sign up in the old client and be like, come here, or in the web browser. Like there should be like, welcome to Decentraland, now click this button and then like get onto the client. Like I'm sure they're going to do something like that because it'd be illogical not to do that. But I don't know, sounds like just a like education issues, like they like teaching people this is the new way to do it, this is the new way to come in. So they've got to do something. Like, be weird if they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, something like make it default. Anyone that downloads client from the homepage, decentraland.org, is downloading client 2.0. And yeah, I mean, I hope like it all comes out like both Mac version and PC version.
That
But
would be
well,
nice. Uh,
yeah, mate, you've been using it on Mac, right?
Yeah, yes. And the funny thing is, I was really only able to see people when at Genesis Plaza. Anywhere else I went, I was by myself all the time. Um, but it's amazing to see Decentraland in its glory. Like, I think, if anything, like the final ability to now see this magical place we all love, like, is. I've never seen 80% of what I saw in the first few runs and running around with you and Rastan, even though I couldn't see you guys, or at least looking for you all. It was amazing.
Yep, yep, I remember you were like, "Wow, all this exists?" I mean, you're like, "What's over there?" Start running over there in like a random direction and stuff like that. Yeah, I do love that aspect of the new client. That's why I was kind of like hinting having Canessa on Beyond the NFT for the 28th. Keep it easy for my first day of work, and two, we could just run around like a bunch of children. Uh,
That would be awesome. And I do believe So I've been running around a lot, and I unlocked a badge that I think maybe I haven't seen anyone else with the 150,000 steps in Decentraland badge yet. So I don't know. I feel like I have some legs on me. Um, and I'm thinking of giving up teleporting for the month of November.
Ah, that's why you started off with with like what should we do with November? Like a no. I know a lot of people like to do no nut November, but now we have choices. No teleport November.
No
No.
teleport November. That's what I'm thinking of doing. But then I'm like, okay, what happens if like the music festival crashes and I have to run back to Genesis Plaza and run to the music festival? But the reason I say this is because I've just been running everywhere because like I knew that that was one of the things that Yamel had asked about, like what would what would you think if you just couldn't if you had to teleport or like if you couldn't teleport. So I've been running everywhere and it is awesome. And I don't know, it's actually brought me like so much joy. It's like a totally different way of experiencing Decentraland because you just run and you find stuff. And I'm like, what is this? What is this magic? And so actually I found like the games that they deployed before they even announced them. I'm like, Math Kittens. Like, who's making a game called Math Kittens? That sounds very weird and like what the heck? Why haven't I seen this? And actually that was one I was gonna send to Billy and be like, hey, I've never seen this before. But then all of a sudden, like Foundation's got this game. I'm like, whoops, sorry, Foundation. Like accidentally found it. But it's I don't know, like it's fun. I'm really loving like running around and finding stuff on my own with like no yeah, just exploring.
I can definitely like, see the appeal of cutting teleporting away, but I don't know. I also feel like there needs to be like an an ulterior method. Like if you think about like the Fortnite route, like what if like your teleport would be like kind of like taking a rift and it like
Well,
teleports you up in the air and then you glide down to the position that you want to go towards.
that's what I told you. Mel is like I told him about the Icarus wings back in like the Myths and Mortals like chapter or season of Fortnite, like where you have these wings where you go a certain, like it takes you a certain amount on the map, but then you have to wait for them to recharge. I mean, I don't know. People don't want to lose their ability to move around. I get that. So I just thought like if I just personally try it for a little bit and not crazy, not like, hey, I'm just never gonna teleport again, but like challenge for a month. Um,
Well,
like
they
see how it
need they need the fly option back, like they had in the first test.
yeah, totally. And I mean they're all I think we're just not there yet. Like they showed us in Argentina, and all of that is accessible on YouTube. Like they showed options that they're considering, like including like gliding, swimming. Like so, I know we're excited, but I think like we're just not there yet. They got to get a functional client, then they can get all the crazy transportation ideas. Cars, I know has been talked about. So, but I think just yeah, like there, it's just cool to explore, but not to do it because you have to. I don't know how I would feel if I had to run somewhere. That would make me feel different. Like if I didn't have a choice. Like running to the games. I was like, "Oh, fuck that. I'm going to teleport next to it and go." But then some of them I did, if they were close. I was like, "Yeah, I want to run there."
Vanessa, I forgot how to do the go-to thing, so I've been running everywhere. It's been awesome. I always like I'm slightly dyslexic, so I always write it backwards, and then I get embarrassed in the chat that I'm like button mashing, and then I just give up and I just start pointing the mouse.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Nice.
definitely like I feel like if you had a heat map of where I go, I'm always in specific parts of the map. Like and I always end up there. Like well, actually, I'll just set a rock on my keyboard and then just watch where I go. So then I don't have to like hold my hand on the run button. It's a route with googly eyes, just so you know. um, it's pretty cute. And then actually, I have a heart from Fancy, a rock heart from Fancy, and that is also what I use to put on the keyboard. And then I just control it with the mouse. Um, we should just do that. Let's do that. Let's just run. Let's start like a marathon club, and then Sin, if you want to do that next Monday for Beyond the NFT, and see who can keep up. And I don't know, like if the avatars, if there will be lag and they'll fall off. Like I know we've tried that in other like way years ago, and then people would lag, and so you'd lose people. The Great Marathon.
Yeah, yep. I wonder how races would look like in the new client. Remember, like like back before the Vroomway days, like how Nikki would hold those like races, but it would be like at Wisher Vodka and and like we'd be having these races and people would think they're in first place, but they're not in first place because like the person who's judging it sees a totally different thing. Wonder like how the syncing will be with all that. Maybe we should have a foot race.
Well, we had that flying race when the I think Last Slice put out the flying wearable. Was that it? The car, and then
The
Oddjob,
relaxy taxi.
yeah, and then Oddjob and I hosted the race, and they had checkpoints, and that was pretty fun because then we like had it on camera. Like, who did we see come in to come in first? So yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, I remember I was one of the cameras and stuff like that. It was so funny because like at one point like some people like didn't know where to go, so they would just follow the leader.
Hey, by the way, shout out Abel in the building, the other half of the record shop. Mad love, family. Great to see y'all here. We can't wait to get you guys cooking in Decentraland for real, for real.
Yes, we're just talking about the possibilities of our new client coming up. We're very excited. It should be releasing in like about like on Tuesday, I believe. So it will be very cool to finally be able to use it and kind of share the Central Link and kind of share with the world what they have been working on. Um, yeah, I mean it's definitely a very decent upgrade. I think it as far as like visuals go, it puts it on par with other platforms that came into the space into metaverse. You know, platform production after Decentraland. It definitely like is an update there.
I mean, I think the cool thing is people are gonna look at Decentraland when they come in and be like, "This was here the whole time." Like, I like me, like I feel like almost stupid when I ran around and I was like, "Wait, all this really exists?"
All this could be yours, Make. All this could be yours.
We're gonna need some more triangles. Damn it! Can somebody push Rustan to get some more triangles? Because I really could use some.
My God, I thought 150,000 was enough. It is not enough. I'm like, how the? I mean, it's just like money in real life. Like, I thought I had enough, and then you're like, no, no. As soon as you have more, then you need more.
I mean, what's interesting is like right now I'm using probably double than the number says, and it's letting me use it. I'm like, oh, don't go away.
Yeah, I'm frustrated because I'm getting one number on Blender, and so I'm like building according to that number, and then I go and import it into the builder, and it's way higher. So I'm like, mother trucker. I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't even know how to build when you just have like inaccurate information. However, I think on most of what I've found, it's not. It's not that it's not the Decentraland editor tool that is not working. It is like my skill, I just don't know. My skill is not there yet. So like, thank you, one exists for chat GPTing, that like error message. I don't know what it means, but it did let me just kind of think about like it's telling me this shit is not working. So I'll go through, I added pieces. I'm like literally just destroyed my build and now I'm adding everything back one piece at a time. And I'm finding like there's two so far there's been two pieces that for whatever reason they didn't work. And then on nowhere told me, about the rotation and I'm like rotating icospheres like freaking like crazy. So it makes sense now that I added a new icosphere. I didn't rotate it and it works. So it's also like it's me. It's not the well, the program kind of sucks, but it is also me, like not knowing all of these little finer problems that you just learn along the way. You're like, okay, if I'm gonna make this icosphere, this round thingy, and I put it on the side of my build, I'm not gonna rotate it a bunch. So, yeah, but still wish it was a lot easier to build because like I'm stubborn as hell. I'm not going anywhere. But if I was a new builder and I didn't have CBD to go do my SOS over and over again, I don't know how I would build here. Like, who would I go to? Like, I don't know.
Hopefully they make some adjustments to like the prefab builds, and catch it up. Um, It'd be nice to have pages on those prefab builds too. And when you save that, like if you heart them and you're like, oh, I might want to use this build later, it doesn't seem to let you come back to them. I think the prefab is a huge way to get people started, um, you know, and it's really hard to use right now. And I also still want to pound the table and say it'd be great when 2.0 to come out for some sort of way to re-welcome all the landowners.
I think, totally. But what we got to do first is just get our own ship sailing, our stays, our bat and our hatches, get everything working really well for ourselves. I think like we are the examples they have. Like, I don't know. And just me, just speaking personally, like I want to get my own stuff dialed in, get like example scenes on my land, like, and then I can tell people like, hey, here's what we got going on. Like, I think there's a lot we could do. I don't know, just within our own little circle still, and then invite people back because there's a lot. Having run around the world a lot, like there's a lot of beautiful builds that used to be my favorite ones to go to and they look horrible now because of the client 2.0. Like there's one I love going to and it looks so bad now. And I'm like, how would this landowner feel if they came back and this is what their build looks like? So I think, yeah, I don't know. I think we gotta iron out these wrinkles for ourselves, and then we can help people when they come back. Because if you are suddenly trying to help everybody like convert their builds, and we haven't even done that, like I can't even deploy my own build. I can't help anyone else.
Yep. And if you're like thinking as like within a official capacity make like I mean there are things that can be done like maybe Decentraland could offer like to revamp your build or whatever, but of course that's just gonna take money from DAO or whatever it may be, wherever the money comes from and yeah, I don't know.
I
Like
think
but
it's like, I mean, I don't maybe know how to message or send like a token to like landowners that just says, or a statement that's like, hey, we now have these incredible samples from KJ, from Rooston, from Mr. Dingya, and these are 5 different ways you can immediately get reacquainted with your Decentraland space. And I completely agree with you, Kanessa. Like, let's get out of even beta A, but with everything changing, it's just such a great opportunity to give people another chance to say hello.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Oh yeah, maybe we could have a welcome back party or something. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be like Foundation's got to do it. They've got the email list. I know the email list is actually like that was the only way I stayed in touch with the platform when I was gone for a few years back in like 2019, 2020. I would see the emails. Actually, it was like the NFT Plaza email list. Um, so even maybe like that would be something where talking with NFT plazas and any other, I don't know, kind of like that's what we need, guys, is a newsletter and an email list. The Web 2 way of staying in touch with people. But yeah, getting the word out there. I don't know. Let's keep thinking about how we could do that. I think that's a good idea.
We need to get
Yeah.
Jared up here. I feel like we're not spicy enough, and I see him choking that little devil down there, and I'm like, I say hi. I see on Knower too. I'd love his thoughts on what's going on between his, and I'm overdue. I want to still sit with him, so I'm just selfishly trying to heckle people up here.
I'm going to show real quick. Uh, Thanks to everyone who came through Wednesday to Virtual Destinations. We had some great builders on: Rustan, Ira, X Labs, and Josh Garrett. This Wednesday, I have Aaron Loop, who most of you know as the Waifuman King. However, I learned something about him that was pretty cool, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and and things we can do to promote the metaverse on Wednesday. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays, Virtual Destinations, with a kid called MetaBeast and my co-host Old Guy, who dropped out, but that's okay. And then next Friday is, I believe, it's the kickoff to the Camino al Mixlan Dia de los Muertos event. There are a couple, because I know, Canessa, you're involved in one too, but
Oh, not involved. Just
or
friends.
just okay. Well, I mean, you talk about them, so there's that too. But what is it? On Friday, it is going to be in Hyperfy, but it's a Beast Niling team up as well for the event, and it will be streamed into the Oculus Museum live in New York City. So there's an event going on. If you're in New York and can attend the Oculus one, I highly recommend it. Um, I mean, this sounds really, really big to me, because there's going to be a lot going on there. But the party will be streamed into there, and we have Cat 5 DJing on for the Nilings, and Stony Eye on the Beast side. So if you're able, come check that out. Some of you may have seen Sazzy Not Again created a Day of the Dead design for a beast for me. And then SRJH did one for the Nihilings or Kneelings, however you like to pronounce it. Both of which are pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. Thank you. And Jared, yeah, you should come up. Let's talk about the underground.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm just driving around delivering the mail. I don't have any spicy takes. I mean, I just got unbanned from the Dow, so that was fun. HP said I have one strike, so place your bets on how long that'll last. If your HP has been kind enough so far to allow me to return, though he does not seem to have much attachment or concern for former past governance, because he did just unban Tuda all willy nilly. Even though when you go to the little countdown tab, there was still a month left. Last I looked, when I was checking on my own timeline, but I don't know, I think it was just kind of a confusion how international calendar tracking, because no, he's supposed to be free. I don't know. HP just does what he wants. Past governance is irrelevant. But all hail our Lord and Savior HP. keeping. I think it's funny that he's like the police of decorum in the DAO, because like, listen, I'm not saying I am in a place to criticize how other people talk in the written form, but I'm pretty sure HP has been ruder to more people than I have. I'm just like really rude to the few people I've been rude to, whereas he's just casually rude to everyone.
HP has not been rude. He's only been French.
He's not Parisian, is he? Because and I not to have any hate on the Parisians, but every French person I've ever met in real life has always been super chill, but like also just super shady. Like, oh yeah, but Parisians, they're fucking it up for all of us,
You
giving us a
know
bad
what?
rap.
You just got unbanned. Let's slow it down and go with cultural indifferences. Let's
I'm
put that little demon back in its
There,
chokehold. Let's
there's a
go.
good book. There's a good book that Kim was reading at the Regenesis in Portugal, and she was like, I used to like butt heads with this person, and then I realized like they're just, like whatever, I don't know what country, it wasn't French, but she was like, now I get it. And I know other people in the audience too like read parts of it, and then they're like, I get it. Like well, I don't know, like one example is that like in the French culture, you could have really like loud and heated debates with somebody, but still become friends or still be friends. Like it doesn't affect your like overall relationship. Whereas like in America, we might be like, let's see, what is the Mulan quote? Like, shame on you, shame on your family, shame on your cow. Like you're done. We're never going to talk again. And so, I mean, we are a global platform. So we talked about having a book club with that book. Like it might be good. I don't know, but yeah, it's not good to be an a-hole in any language. And
Well,
so
I
I
used
don't
to
know
be
how to.
a pretty adamant HP defender, actually. But I think when he like unbanned To the Moon early for like no apparent reason and just going against like all established past governance and established rules, I was kind of like, oh, like maybe this dude isn't the like beacon of moral integrity and like dedication to the Decentraland cause as I thought. So I don't know. I mean, I still don't think he's as awful as I think at my worst times and thoughts on him. But I do think that like you can play back some old spaces. Like someone will come up here and be like, oh, HP. I'm like, yeah, but like, if the DAO lost him, then I'd lose hope in the DAO. But like nowadays, I'd be like, like, Rob L's appointed two dudes seem like they're doing fine, No, I mean, Riz K, I guess, is doing fine. I don't know. I think Tobik just kind of shows up on payday. But
I have 50 mana on February 5th.
you think I'm going to make it to February 5th? That is, I appreciate
I think you've been trying a little bit. I think you've been trying a little bit, Jared. So I'm gonna hope that
Well, I
prolongs
will be
a
pretty
little bit.
busy through Christmas with work, so that'll help a lot. And then also like the DAO Discord is so dead that like no one's saying anything particularly controversial. So there's not already there's not a lot of places
I
to
think they've
jump
been
into.
chased away or banned.
Well, I just wish HP would take some ownership of that as opposed to trying to pin it all on me. That's my only objection. I'm not. I think that.
Don't make it so easy on him then.
I just I don't know.
Blame it on you. That is sorry.
Yeah, it's not. Listen. I also think that I've gotten a lot of To the Moon's crimes have been pinned on me. Like I honestly think like when Esteban just thinks we're the same person, because like he was like, oh, and I got all these emails about you. I'm like, I only started in the Discord like 3 months beforehand with this. You're saying this like Toot is the one who called CK Hitler, chased away Sugar Club. Like I'm pretty sure you're confusing the two of us. Cause like I really, with the exception of like Dogman and Unknower, there aren't that many people in the DAO Discord. Like like PB doesn't count. He's paid, and he came in lying about me. So I'm just like, I didn't. He's still there. I didn't chase him away anyway. So I'm just saying. I just think I feel like some other people's crimes have been laid at my feet. I also think that PB confuses a mean tweet Altcoin Radio sent out about him with a mildly heated thing I said about him and Fancy one time, but because they're being out of touch and speaking in a Twitter space. I feel like that's the origin story of his contempt for me, is he just associates me with this much meaner thing Altcoin Radio said.
You can just have everything blamed on me. I'm
On
okay
you
with
or on
that.
me?
Yeah, no, on me. I'm
No,
okay with that.
me. I'm the destroyer of
No,
Decentraland.
even you can have
I'm the scamfluencer.
you can even direct that all towards me. Just go right ahead.
I think I'm just really because I believe this coming week Kinessa will be the featured guess, or have you already been featured, Canessa, by Decentraland?
I think this is. I forgot about that. I think this is my week. Yeah.
Because all I know is that I'm coming after you, and I'm like the following week, and I really just question if Dana ran that by anyone else, if she was like, hey, because like I don't love the idea of me being, because at least you're the one like the week of the release of the new client. So I was like, okay, first I was like having a panic attack. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. It'll just be Jason X and Mr. Dinkia lighting up this tweet. But there'll be a week, so there won't be quite as many eyes on Decentraland. So maybe everyone will let me just skate and just you guys can just ignore it. You can just hit mute. That's fine.
With the new client, like, and I just pinned a tweet up here. Look at Toxic's like burning wearable. That's like we're burning the old. We're starting over. Like, I think Jared, you get to start. You don't get to totally start over because you're sorry, brother. That's just not. Yeah, that's the bed that you sleep in. But I do think that like people freaking change. It like everybody changes, and I think it's a good time for everybody to start over. And I'm not going to be so nice, and other people don't have to be so mean. They'll be who they want to be. Like, you can't control them. Not everybody's going to be like, oh, this is a fresh start, I'll stop being a I'll stop using the R word or other words. Like, no, that's not going to happen. We'd be stupid to be so idealistic. But I think that we do get the chance to start over, and there's going to be new people that come in, and they don't know past history, and frankly they don't really care. I think it's just the people here, the people still, for better or worse, building in the platform. Some of us probably need like maybe deeper psychiatrical help. That like, you're still here. Didn't you get like your rug? Didn't you get rug pulled a while ago, and you're still here building? And yep, we are. But man,
we've only been rugged if we let it. If we let go of it. If we diamond hand it, eventually it could turn. If we squeeze these chunks of coal hard enough, Canessa, they will turn into diamonds.
Those DG wearables that they said go to nothing, they only go to nothing if they keep them at that. But there's a chance they could come back and be like, actually, guys, no. Those old DG wearables that you minted at 1.5 ETH are actually going to be worth a lot. I like this. This is hopeful. This is giving me hope.
Because we should have known, though, because I believe the most expensive mint for at 1.5 was the Jester outfit. We should have known. We should have known when it was the Jester outfit. But to be fair, they did rescind. They're not full rugging the wearables anymore. You can still play sit and goes. You can hook, send those over to Tua. He can claim those badges. He can crush the sit and goes. He will slowly grind out the break-even point.
Jared, what we should do is start an Oriental rug business and just sell rugged NFTs, and then we could actually take our money back on taxes as losses. And we could keep changing the prices like they do, and we could go out of business and open up again.
There are people that are out there just like on OpenSea, just like sweeping NFTs. And it's amazing because they'll put out like these dirt like low offers, and they're always getting accepted. So I'm like, like some of these are probably gonna do well. Some of these like someday are gonna, I don't know, limp along. I like finding these old shitty NFT projects, and now I can afford them. And I look at the past sales, and they're super low. So I'm like, I have no idea what I'm buying, but I like the art. And then you're probably buying somebody's like horrible broken heart rug that they bought for like 2 ETH, and now you're getting it for $20.
I do want to go get a Dead Fellows at some point in the near future. I had one briefly, but then I sold it actually for like the most minuscule of profits. But that was like when they were closer to 1 ETH. I think they're in the like 0.1 range. Last I was glancing, I feel like now's the time I should getting in on the because like say what you will. I don't know if that's not good investment or not, but at the very least, like oh no, I'm totally forgetting her name, but their founder, like she's been on the grind, she's hustling, she's still out there promoting and doing her thing and making content at the very least. So like I do think some of these items will have collectible value in the future, and like I don't know, it's worth it. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to being a listener. I gotta get back to work. It was lovely sharing my quote unquote lunch break. For lunch, I just had the sound of my own voice today. And I hope you guys all have a great one, and I will be down there listening. Oh, shout out to Toxic Waifu Mon, actually, or Waifu, because me and my fellow jaded OG, we're no longer noble. There's no noble OGs to Canessa. There's just jaded OGs now. But we were someone who made the comment like, well, who would even want to hang out with us cranky old, jaded buggers? And I was like, well, we'll just send him to Toxic because she's such a gem. So shout out to Toxic guy down there. Probably all nervous just even thinking about possibly coming up here to talk, which is hilarious just because she's so smart and kind enough to speak to us in her like second, probably third language. She probably also speaks like Belgian or something because those Germans, they're so smart. But anyway, shout out to her and all the cool things they do. Who else is in the audience? Shout out to Rustan, who's trying to convince me to buy land. And then, shout out to Zom out there who won't let us make new land because, now that he's a landowner, he doesn't want to see sweet sky castles. Anyway, I won't put him down as anti-sky castle, just anti-watering down his investment, which I think is valid. Who's not against that? Anyway, love all you guys, and I will.
Hey, Jared, can we just have more triangles, please?
If you buy enough land, maybe we could vote for that. Make a candy suggestion, I guess.
There you go.
The avatar, the pictures I've seen from Client 2.0, like everything looks like it has more triangles or something. There's something about them. Everything looks, I don't know if the word better is necessarily right, but like more polished. There's there's something cooking in that new client. I don't know.
Pixie dust. They just sprinkled a little pixie dust on it, just like Disney does.
How do you step down without leaving?
I don't know. I can kick you from
the three dots up at the top. Hit those, and you should just say switch. You should see switch to listening as the second option.
Those letters aren't going to mail themselves, Jared. And sinful, there goes our co-host.
Damn, I should have
That's too good. Honestly, too good.
It took me a while to pick up on that one.
Remember when I used to be nice?
Sneaky Canessa. I was gonna ask a deep and profound question, but definitely slipped my mind as Jared was walking down. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask Jared if he knew about the progress being made on one of my books being mailed to me. I was supposed to receive it on the 13th, and today is the 19th, so I'm kind of worried about it. But he probably has no answers for that. Crap. What was I gonna say?
Oh, you know what I just got in the mail?
What?
I got my Cuddle Team Leader shirt for Halloween because I'm going to be Cuddle Team Leader for Halloween.
Do you have your helmet?
No, I have to make the helmet, a paper mache. It's the pink bear from Fortnite. I am going to go terrorize those kids. Like, I got a boogie bomb too. It's great. And I got a banana pickaxe. So, yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine like a broomstick and like you stuck a banana through the middle of it or something.
Oh God,
or maybe like a plantain.
I spent $50 at a Halloween store. No, this is licensed Fortnite Epic Games memorabilia. Nope.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Yeah, and my duo partner is going also. He's a like holographic pumpkin Fortnite character. So I'm like, I gotta try to not be the weird mom. I'm like, honey, we could just run around and like chase people. So I gotta remember to tone it down. Embarrassing.
Well, at least,
yeah. What's that?
At least you're not doing the Billy costume or the Billy skin. for Halloween.
I got that emo, and now every time I go like random squads, I just emo with the Billy, and I'm the bear. And like one day, the other people are like, "Oh," like you can hear them talking on the mic, and they just look at me like, "Yeah, this person has issues."
Hey, by the way, I want to shout out Jim Cedric down there. I mean, he is making killer content on Instagram. At least that's where I saw it. That last one with him singing was literally incredible. KJ is also out there. I mean, we are all already KJ fans, but and I know a lot of people don't use Instagram anymore, but she makes such killer content. Like it hits so right on Insta. So shout out you two are both of you guys killing it.
It's good to hear others sing the praises of our Lord and Savior Satoshi Jim Komoto. Yes, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I think before you came in, you heard my lore behind it. I think Jim is Satoshi Nakamoto. That's my guess, and I'm sticking with it. And of course, yes, KJ, one of the best builders here, like in Decentraland, or if not one of the best, the absolute best. Like, and yeah, make she's not just active on Instagram, like on TikTok, on YouTube,
Oh
like
no, I'm
posting
following her.
videos like
I'm
once a
following her
day.
everywhere.
Like,
But
yeah, yeah.
the Instagram is hitting really hard. And I think as it's a great reminder for all of us who are like Twitter users and then we hang out, like, man, find one other platform to flex on because it really stands out.
KJ is definitely flexing. Definitely flexing. And I mean, if you're lucky enough, if and wake up early enough, you could also possibly catch her in a live stream as she works. I've seen her stream to Instagram, and yeah, I I haven't been able to join in a couple of weeks because I haven't been early, or I haven't been up early enough. And okay, this is like new to me. Maybe a knower will like to come up and share about it. Maybe not. Who knows? But I saw a tweet by a knower for introducing the Decentraland Trust, the first step towards contribution-based incentives in Decentraland. Eligible users can sign up now, and starting November 1st, you'll earn Dharma points to gift and boost others' karma. So get your decentralandtrust.org today.
I like that. The last time, oh, I got to wait until he comes up here because there's a point where when you're connecting, you can't hear. Let's see, is if he's up here. The last time I clicked on a link from a knower, I got thrown into a car and flown for like 13 hours and woke up in Portugal. So the careful, you never know. But for anybody that doesn't know, a knower's been working on this way more than anyone realizes and deserves a Decentraland um, gold star or something. I don't know what people give to like brave civilians, but Nora needs one.
We have badges now. We could give them a badge.
Yeah, a badge, a badass badge.
Okay, you guys gave me a great introduction. I've been sitting here writing out my official release or announcement statement to make on this space. So, hey everyone, yeah, I'm joining today with some exciting news. Just finished rolling out the new website, as the Sin and Knessa mentioned, that I'm for now calling Decentraland Trust. So right now it's just in the pilot stage, and it's basically going to be a new reputation system, uh, community driven, community run, designed to basically boost our community engagement and reward the people that are contributing in positive ways, and collaborating with one another, helping each other out. So it's not officially starting until November 1st. So during this pilot stage, everybody can go sign up if you're eligible. There are some eligibility requirements that are actually related to the new badges and the new client. And then starting November 1st, everyone will begin accumulating points called Dharma points. So Dharma is basically like your duty in the Hindu religion. Um, so hopefully, I'm not offending anybody by using that. It's used purely in out of respect for the concept, and not meant in any sort of disrespectful way or anything. But essentially, these are points that you can gain over time. They'll get capped out at 10 points, and then you can gift your Dharma points to others to boost their karma. So, karma will be like your reputation or, um, yeah, essentially your reputation. I feel like a lot of people understand what karma means. So this pilot stage is really just a way to kind of test out the system, make sure everything's working the way I'm expecting it to, and that the points are accruing correctly. And then after the pilot, I'm probably going to reset all the points to put everybody back at zero. And I'll be looking into ways to hopefully reward people based on their different levels of karma. Um, and ideally, anybody could reward anybody for this, just by looking at who deserves it, I guess, or who's contributing positively. There's no way to give anybody negative points, um, and your karma decays over time, so you have to continue contributing positively to kind of rise up the ranks. Um, so yeah, this pilot is going to kind of give everyone a chance to sign up. Um, Give a little bit of time for everybody to meet those eligibility requirements, and hopefully everybody can kind of start from the same place. Um, and I'm hoping that this is the beginning of just creating a fair, community-driven future for Decentraland, where we can all give each other little pats on the back and reward each other. And hopefully, the idea behind this was eventually to create a system that would replace the grants program. So essentially, like a universal basic income for decentralized citizens, but tied to your actual contribution to the community, to the platform, whether it's inside world or here on a space, in the forum, in the DAO. We can reward each other for all kinds of things. And I don't want to, I feel like we'll kind of maybe come up with our own system of etiquette for what that looks like. But I feel like everybody should have their own set of rules and principles for what qualifies somebody for a point. So yeah, go sign up now. I promise I'm not going to raid your wallet or stuff you in a car or anything like that. The code's all open source. I can also post a link to that. Um, if you go to github.com/metaverse unknower, it's going to be on there under the DCL Trust repository. So the code's going to be totally open source. Anybody can fork it or use it however they want, deploy their own version, as long as they open source it as well. So that's all I've got for my official starting up announcement. And if anybody's got any questions, I'd love to talk about it some more.
Boom, I'm already signed up. I connected my wallet. It looks like I'm the second community guardian. LFG, let's go. Now, where do I submit my soul?
I've already got that. That happened when you signed up.
Okay, good. So very hands-free. Bravo, bravo, 10 out of 10,
Because actually,
20 out of
your
5.
picture shows up, and some people consider that stealing your soul, right?
Yep, yep. I used to have a friend. Their dog was scared of pictures because she thought pictures stole their soul. So yeah.
Oh, another cool thing I forgot to mention is everything will be auditable. So once everything starts accumulating, or once the points start accruing on the first, and you are able to start gifting points to each other, you'll be able to go into the history and see who gave who how many points on at what time. So like everything is fully transparent. And even though right now it's not blockchain enabled because I don't know, I think it's better to be able to swap. Um, if somebody's wallet gets hacked or something, we can just change that in the system. Um, but yeah, it is right now. It's designed to be fully transparent and for also for the points to all be easy to reset. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll make it some kind of smart contract or something, so it's not all centralized in a database. But this is something that I've been working on ever since the summit in Portugal. It was my little pet idea that I really wanted to work on just to give something back to the community. So I'm super happy that it's finally here in some way.
I love it. I think that this is awesome. Um, just knowing that like Esteban was open to the idea, and like now with this, maybe you can create something more tangible to be like, see, uh,
Yeah, and it sounded like maybe he wanted something like this to figure out who to delegate his VP to in the next.
Yep. I
I just
mean,
got a call, so
definitely.
hopefully they didn't cut me off.
yeah, you cut off for a second for me on Nor, but now you're back.
What was I? Mm. Well, like, yeah, definitely, it's good to have something tangible, something that can be like altered and kind of like go along with the like what is actually happening. Like personally, I like we have, I don't know if that poll is done yet. I'm sure it already passed or whatever for like the idea of the what was it, like the operational arm for the DAO, like this council, and I wanted to come in and basically once again vote to abstain because but not because I don't believe in the idea. I full heartedly believe, like, yeah, we should have this operational arm. But every time I bring up the whole voting process of it all, like, how do we know this individual is going to be the best? And or like, how are we going to pick the best individuals? The answer always seems to be like, oh, well, you see, there's all these whales that don't actively vote, so we will bring them in so they could vote for this. And then my secondary question is, how will said whale know who to vote for? And the answer is always disheartening to me because they say, oh, voters have to self-educate. I'm sure if 2 million VP whale wanted to self-educate, they would already have done so and have been actively voting. Um, and yeah, so maybe like even implementing this into a voting process could be something that changes things.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's impossible to really keep track of everything that everybody's doing for everybody because, we are a pretty, even though there's only, 38 of us or whatever our little joke is, um, we all are constantly helping each other in our own little ways that kind of go unseen and unrecognized. So I know earlier AJ was talking about he wishes he could have a way to see who could gift some wearables to from the giving tree. And that, yeah, what you just mentioned is another great way that this could be used is like, okay, once we start electing people to the board of directors or hiring people into this operational company, like how do we know who is going to be the best fit for this if we haven't if we don't really have a way to see all the ways that they've contributed. And so when I was another thing that I want to talk about is when I was designing this system, some of the feedback I got particularly from HP, which he has some great points, was how do we prevent people from just signing up for this and creating a whole bunch of accounts and sending themselves all the points? So uh, that's kind of why I implemented some requirements that you need to fulfill before you can start even participating. And by participating, I mean you can't send people points and you can't receive points until you've met these requirements. So the first requirement, you have to have a Decentraland name associated with the address that you're connecting. And then there's 7 other requirements that make you eligible. You only need 5. So the badges helped out a lot with this. And the 7 ways you can become eligible. Um, and again, you only need 5, but one is being a decentralized citizen for at least 4 weeks. So after you create your account for the first time and log in, you have to wait 4 weeks. Another requirement is the land architect badge, which you get when you deploy a scene to Genesis City. Another potential requirement is having the bronze fashionista badge, which means you've purchased at least 25 wearables. And then another requirement is the bronze emotionista badge, which means you've purchased at least 10 emotes. After that, we have the bronze event enthusiast, which means you've attended at least 50 events for at least 5 minutes. And then the wearable designer starter badge, which means you've published at least one wearable, and the emote creator starter badge, which means you've published at least one emote. So I can think of several of you that, at least in the audience and in the speaker panel here, that would already be eligible, uh, based on, you know, having the fact that you have a name and you have at least 5 of these badges. So hopefully this is hopefully this helps prevent some abuse, but that's also kind of why I wanted to start a little bit of a pilot program before we start going down the route of trying to financially reward anybody, because I want to continue discovering those. I want to, just give it a little bit of time to monitor how this plays out, and if there's any weird social pressures that come out of this, because that's kind of that would be unfortunate for one. But I also just want to recognize, like, look for any ways of people potentially abusing this before it turns into something where there's actually a greater incentive to do so.
I just have one question. Can my name be orange?
We can make that happen, I think. Would you like to choose your own color, or should I try to find a way to pull your name color from the new client like I did with the badges?
I don't know. That might be interesting, and then run some numbers and correlate colors to some data patterns and run it through Chat GPT and start to like look for any anomalies.
Oh man, are we exposing our little conspiracy theory about the colors of our names and what they mean?
Yeah, we should keep that one under the lid for a while.
Well, part of the plan, man.
I'm
Well,
disappointed my color's not purple in the new client.
yeah, I
What
don't
is your
know.
color?
I think it's pink.
I've seen a lot of pink. Pink must mean something.
Yeah, what I think it might be is like, the color of your asset. No, not really, not really, because my sinful like name asset has a blue background. So never mind. Can't be
Yeah,
that.
Kanessa and I are both orange, so we went down this rabbit hole for a little while because at first we were the only ones that we noticed had orange names. So we were like, is something special about us? What's going on here? And we started like trying to correlate, does it have something to do with the wearables we have equipped? Does it have something to do with our name NFT? And so far we haven't found any solid evidence for what the colors mean, but I can't sit here and think that there's no meaning, that they're just it's totally random, because I don't know. There must be something, right?
There's always something. There's yep. There's some other conspiracy theories that in fact are not conspiracies but wild coincidences. But
Pretty bad related, and it's because you guys both went to one of those two events, right?
we were that color before the event.
But the community one in South of it, the first one, right? That was before
Yeah,
the
but
right.
others weren't that color.
I think we thought of that too, yeah, and we were like, was it because we went to the community summit? But yeah, other people that went to the community summit were not the same color either. So
Well, I'll go back to being a listener. Oh, wait, did you guys get paid to QA that project? Was One Existence a odd job at joking earlier? Was that real?
I think I did see something about
For attending the last test, yes, it is real.
Weekend 100 mana.
I mean, worst ways to make $35.
right.
I mean, $35 an hour as a tester. Fuck yeah. Man, these you know, like the spam posts that you see on like random discords, like from random spam accounts that name themselves announcements and stuff like that, like $35 for beta testers. Wow, they're Decentraland's hitting those rates.
Yeah, not bad.
um I just went into the private alpha channel and I typed the name colors. What do they mean? With like a cat reflecting on life. And Vitsky's here like, sorry, could you clarify? I've lost the context. The colors. Yeah, I'm gonna continue with my crazy rant here.
Oh no, Vanessa, our conspiracy theory has been unleashed. People are starting to ask questions.
As long as they don't ask about Aisha, we're okay.
Uh-huh. Now they're going to start asking about Aisha.
Who's Aisha?
The AI.
No questions.
Aisha's
Oh, I thought we were talking about your personal assistant.
No, that's Vega. She's coming soon. Virtual engine for guidance and administration. Awkward silence. Yeah.
Okay, so I also see that Lovely is a orange as well. So Lovely 17.
But there's
Both his
light
and
orange and dark orange. So there's
uh,
levels to this shit. Yeah, we Vanessa and
okay,
I
okay,
We've
have
yeah,
been there.
Lovely is light orange.
we did find some other dark oranges though. But now it's slipping my mind too. They were.
I think I've got them all on record. They've been contacted and given. They're waiting for their instruction.
They've got like sniper teams assembling around them. Protective sniper teams. Hopefully not
They're
the ones that were assigned to the former president.
they're like it's probably based on our like cognitive and like I don't know, Rorschach test. Like these guys are like, watch them because they need help.
It's just Jamel pulling names out of different color hats.
I don't know. I mean, what if it was like then they look and they're like this the orange group does this on the map and the red group does this and the pink group does this, like, yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Oh, we just
Like,
got the worst possible response in the private alpha chat. Vitsky said, they are randomized. Don't you lie to me, Vitsky. I know that's not the truth.
yeah, we know that. They don't know that, but we know that. If orange isn't special, let's just make it special. Like, let's just become special.
Oh, we already did.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Our secret little gang, Las Naranjas.
Oh my God, that's great.
Rule number one of Las Naranjas: we don't talk
You
about
don't
nothing.
talk. Uh,
No podemos hablar sobre las naranjas.
oh, don't mind me, everyone. I'm just jumping through the cove right now. Probably this version of Decentraland doesn't do it any justice because this it's been upgraded to SDK 7, I hear. You know where I am, Kanessa?
I do. Poor Vitsky is like, what the hell, guys? We're trying to like do troubleshooting, and all of a sudden everybody comes in chat like, what is the colors? Lies.
Tell us the
What do these
colors.
colors mean?
Yes, you look good up there in the cove. Very cool. I'm so glad that that's deployed. When party.
Vitsky's like, shit, they're onto us.
See his response. Nope, they're randomized, but I'll check with the team. That is like what you would say if you're part of a conspiracy. Like, that just makes me more suspicious.
Maybe he's not in on it. It's like compartmentalized information.
What color is Vitsky? He might not be in the color that got the intel.
I feel like I saw a lot of support or foundation employees being pink,
We
which
should
is
ask.
what they are in the Discord channel too. So
Shit, you're exposing me.
now you're light pink.
No, no, no. I'm dark pink.
Wait, where? You're not light pink. You're white.
Oh, in the new
Oh,
client, I
Oh,
am dark pink. You see my pic? Or actually, is that a light pink or is that a dark pink? Now you're getting me thinking, Unknower. Damn it.
I think the name, like, they should change like a heat index, like based on how much time, how much you talk, or like how much time you spend in world. Because then, if you came in and your name is white, and you could look and immediately see like this person's red hot, like you know, uh, toxic waifu, like always talking to people, and then you could kind of see like who, I don't know, like it'd be a really cool way to see who's more active or who's been, I don't know, like I don't know if that'd be good or not to compare like who's been there longer, but like for finding people and getting help, that would be cool. Hello, welcome back, Make.
Hey, I'm out there creeping in the shadows, double dipping. But unknower, I tried to sign up. I don't have enough badges. So you want to badge me with something? Because I want in.
gotta get working on them badges, my man. I don't know.
It's like I've been out there doing yeoman's work.
It seems like you should have enough.
Yeah, maybe we need more badges. Maybe we need
Maybe
Um,
to
we
add
need
some
first
more.
less badges and then more badges.
That's another idea. I was thinking of maybe I know Kanessa, you mentioned that having the one for walking around a lot. Maybe that's another good one. I just want to create as many ways um, as possible to like if somebody were to try to game the system, that it's just not worth the amount of time it takes to game the system, and it's just easier to participate in good faith.
Well,
But
I
I
don't
if
know if
think
like holding people accountable for actually using the platform is a good idea, because what will the people that don't actually use the platform but like to do powerful positions do?
they should use the platform. I have
yeah,
badges though. Maybe you could add some of the badges I do have, like DJing for 4 hours with Sinful yelling at people. Isn't that a badge?
That should be a badge. Is that the Mew 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 badge?
The Mew Mew Mew
La-
badge
the
providing
loud mewing
entertainment.
badge.
You know, we had. It's so funny. We don't get the everyday Decentraland people all the time, but we brought in a ton. How about bringing in normies?
Normies are cool.
Have you
We had
deployed
a.
a scene to Genesis City? I think you have land, right?
I did, and I did that too.
Okay. So
Yep, I have
you have the
4 parcels.
fashionista. I feel like you could probably get the fashionista bronze and the emotionista bronze, and then go to a bunch of events, and then you don't have to publish any wearables or emotes.
I
But
think
I
some.
even have them technically published between the beast and and I have my jacket. So, but it's on
Hmm.
my other account. Maybe that's part of the problem.
I actually I know how to check everybody's badges. I found the API for that.
You're very naughty.
Hey, it's out there.
And this
I'm
is a
never
sign of
gonna piss
power.
you off. That I'm not gonna do.
Let me see your badges. I'm gonna find Make's badges. Who wants to know what badges Make has?
Remember, there are two characters, but only one's used the client. So I've been using the client with my hot wallet, not my meme wallet.
Oh, and I think another thing is, at least for now, the you only get the Decentraland Citizen badge based on when you joined the new client, which is not ideal, but I think they said eventually they're gonna update that to like the actual day that you joined.
But you know what's really interesting is like you could have like you if you minted your name on like I minted my name on July the 10th, 2019 because that was the first day that you could mint a name. And I didn't mint Canessa, I minted Perusa, but it doesn't show up as being created until February of 2020. So I feel like it was a I don't know how that could have happened, but I feel like they were like a not an off-chain mint, but some component didn't get kicked through maybe until like right before launch. I don't know if there's a way to look that up, but I'm all the names like if you look at old names, super old ones, they won't be and like anything minted in 2019, it all shows like 2020. So, I don't know. Fun fact.
Mm. Make, you actually have the bronze event enthusiast, it looks like. So you've been to at least 50 events. And you have the land architect badge.
He do be deploying. Yes, he do be deploying.
So it looks like you might just need to buy some more emotes and wearables, then you'd be eligible.
Or run around.
Find the cheapest possible emotes and wearables and just buy a bunch. I don't think I haven't implemented the traveler one yet, but maybe I should.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like that one would be the easiest to game,
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
Traveler.
thinking. It'd be really easy to create a bot for that. That's why I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what other interactions are there in game? Well, there's probably like there would need to be a badge to go along with it at that point, so maybe.
The idea was that if someone was going to game the system, they were at least going to be paying the DAO because you got to buy a bunch of stuff or submit a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, either paying the DAO, yeah, through the secondary sales, or yeah, or minting, or and paying the creator,
Hmm.
putting some skin in the game. Uh, I mean, like, is there like a land badge?
There's
Oh
one for
yeah, oh
deploying.
yeah. There's one for deploying. If there is one for like owning land, then I feel like that one could be a good one as well.
Yeah, but if you own land and you haven't deployed on it, like, I don't know, you know? It's so easy to
Yeah,
deploy just like a quick little basic starter scene. That would just reward the whales.
Yeah, but you know how many whales give a shit about badges? We're all like, "Oh, I got this badge." They don't give a shit about badges. They're like, "What is my Rolls Royce? You know, why does it have dust on it today? Jarvis, go wash it." So you'd have to get some incentive that whales are actually gonna like even notice.
Maybe I don't want to give the whales any incentive to notice, because they're
You
the ones with all the power.
sneaky bugger.
Trying to reward actual contributions and actual participation, you guys, not just sitting on land for 5 years.
Okay, then what about like there should be badges for like not just how often you deploy because you could just deploy and deploy, but like deploying unique scenes. Like if you're always changing your scenes up. But I guess that would be hard for places that don't change very often.
Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I'll have to see if they create any new badges or if there's any new badges that I haven't gotten yet or I haven't seen yet that would be good. Um,
There's
some
a
of the
store
ones
badge too. Like that one I don't have, but yeah, so I'm not sure how I start a store, but I like the idea of that.
there's different badges for like equipping different numbers of certain outfits with certain rarities or certain wearables with certain rarities. Like there's the legendary look badge, which you get when you equip an outfit with at least 3 legendary wearables. Like maybe I could do like if you've ever equipped a unique one, that would imply that you've probably paid somebody to create you something unique, or you've bought something that was a significant amount of money from a creator, you know? But ones I definitely don't want to add, like, is like the traveler one, because that's too easy to bot. There's like the social butterfly one, which you get by just clicking people's profiles. That's easy to bot. Um, hmm. Look at Canessa's badges. I bet she's probably got a lot. Yeah, you'll probably give me more ideas of what we could implement.
I I have a couple badges. I don't know. Yeah, but
did anyone notice that the diamond version of the wearable creation badge is 300 submitted wearables? Like what?
That's
oh,
wow.
Yannick's got that. I bet.
No, I mean I'm sitting here like thinking like not even like Yannicus or like the Dokis or the KJs, I don't or Dr. Drip. I don't think any of them have that one or close to it. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, maybe someone can come up and be like, "You're wrong, sinful."
Ooh, I actually misunderstood what the traveler badge is. It's not the, I guess, I think there's a different one for number of steps you've taken, but the traveler badge tracks how many scenes you've explored for at least 1 minute. So maybe like there's one for exploring 250 different scenes. That would be a little bit harder to bot because you'd have to like program a way to actually visit everybody's scenes. I don't know. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say that is slightly harder to bot, but at the same time, there's also probably something that you can write into the AIs, like step on the next parcel, wait for 1 minute, walk
Yeah,
to the next one,
or just
wait for one
teleport,
minute.
wait 1 minute, teleport somewhere else, and just do all 90,000 parcels.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So the moves master is the one that counts your. Oh no, that's counting the number of times you've emoted. That's too easy because everybody's got auto dance. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. There's the
Yeah,
vertical
but yeah,
voyager. which tracks.
You'll end up cranking out like fucking 50 emotes in one night or whatever more or more.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah,
jumped up first for 2 seconds to answer the 300 wearable question. I bet you they looked at the data and saw that Sauce had just submitted like, I'm sure he's done over 300 wearable submissions with all the DG collabs and all the ice wearables. So I bet you he threw off the bell curve for where they chose that number.
you're probably right.
Oh,
Yeah, Sauce has a
you're right.
lot of stuff on the marketplace. I got to meet him in person. He was such a vibe. I love that dude.
Yep, you're right. He did submit a lot. So yeah, probably he's the one that set the bar up that high. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if even with the release or the new platform opening up in beta, I wonder if that will bring like some new badges, and I mean with that you'll be able to kind of get some more badges you can add to like the requirements in order to start collecting Dharma and Karma. Um, I mean, like I guess it maybe even sitting down and thinking about like what other activities are creators doing like within the platform? Like could there be a badge for people that are trying to that are streaming towards like into Decentraland? Um I know that will probably be a little harder due to the fact that we have our own servers and stuff like that, but maybe it's like could be counted via the smart asset. Um, what else? What else?
Oh, there is one called Unique Unicorn that you get for wearing an outfit with at least 3 uniques, which Kinessa has, by the way. That's pretty badass.
Show up. Dang it.
Yeah. Which,
No,
yeah.
now I gotta start submitting uniques and wearing them.
So, unknower, maybe you can have multiple wallets join this so we could start the process of being able to use multiple wallets through accounts and we could be rewarded by being ourselves. Because I only need one more badge on both my accounts somehow.
That might make sense. Yeah, so then you could kind of like put
We all,
together multiple badges, but
well,
you still wouldn't gain any like additional points like you would if you signed up a whole bunch of different accounts.
right. I just mean like the right to be remembered. Like there was nothing worse than when I got hacked, and it wasn't just like the money, but it was like starting my account over, trying to like tell everybody like, hey, follow this account instead. This is me, and like a lot of us run around with multiple accounts in Decentraland. I mean, not to just like have badges duplicate, but only things, let them compound, let people be themselves.
Yeah, I guess what I worry about with that is if you get hacked, and like how do we still use all of like everything you've like the badges you accumulated on that account without essentially rewarding the person who now owns that account, you know?
Well, even if you get hacked and it goes away, at least the stuff you're doing when you're not hacked is going towards a goal. I mean, if you get hacked, you get hacked and maybe you lose those. But the reality is, you might be able to put a different wallet in. You might be able to save stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking once you become eligible, like if you get hacked, you could just switch out to a different wallet. Like you could switch your existing account to a different wallet. So it's like, okay, I already became eligible on this other account, and then something happened to my wallet, so I'm just gonna change my wallet address for my account. I do have a way to do that. I just haven't like built it out yet. So, but I feel like pretty much everybody has kind of like a primary account that would have the most badges over like one of their alts.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, even like within the dashboard, like have set up like somewhere where you have like your individual account, and like from there it's like connect wallets
Are
that relate
associated.
to you or associated. Yeah,
I mean, they
Yeah.
and
do it in
then like
Nifty pretty well, you know? I mean, it's funny because they say you can use a delegated wallet in Nifty. The answer is yes, you could go in Nifty, but you can't receive anything or really do anything. But at the same time, you could connect like three or four wallets and they show you what wallet is eligible. I know for me, I've got where I make wearables or the stuff was submitted for the beast or my own stuff versus what I run around with to do events. So I'd love it.
I think the tricky part is right now I have it set up where if you're not eligible, it won't even create an account for you. So I'd have to figure out a way for people to sign up and have an account but not be eligible yet until they like added a bunch of different wallets. So I'll have to think more about that and see if there's any like potential for abuse in that. But
Well,
I guess ultimately, like,
if you couldn't get the same badges like growing on top of each other, it would make it harder for, you know what I mean? Like if I had two accounts and then both accounts I ran a certain distance, they can't stack on each other basically.
yeah,
Although that would kind of take away from the point of running around as two different characters, but I don't know.
yeah, that badge isn't actually part of the eligibility because I was worried about people botting that.
hmm. I wonder. Yeah, and I guess like going back to like the hack thing, like if you had that dashboard, it's like I guess it would be up to the individual to remove that hacked wallet from their connected wallets.
But maybe
Yeah,
there's a reverse. Maybe there's something great about this. Like if and maybe it's crazy, but maybe there's some sort of integration that said this is who you are, this is like your two identities. These are the badges you've collected. We're saving that data. And if we prove to be hacked or whatever, there's a right to be remembered, which would be fantastic. Like who your friends are, what badges you've earned, maybe not wearables, or things that are bought and sold, but just your identity.
at least in this system, that is possible. Like, if you were to gain a whole bunch of karma and then you got hacked, uh, I right now you could just have, even though it hasn't really officially started yet, like the points aren't accruing yet. I could just switch your wallet to a different wallet, and you would retain all of the points you have. So I guess on my like to make that more self-service, it would just be like adding a kind of like change wallet address button in the dashboard or something. I'm slightly hesitant about the ability to add multiple wallets though, because I just feel like there's the whole point of the requirement system is to prevent like Sybil attacks by people trying to participate with multiple wallets. So the idea is kind of like one person, one wallet, but I'm not like
Mm,
totally throwing out the idea. I think there's probably a way to make
Like
it work.
yeah, like I would think that having that system in would allow, people to in one way connect all their alt wallets together and like kind of get the badges or whatever like the credit from what they've done on multiple wallets, but then at the same time like yeah like it might there might be ways for it to get gamed and
Either
hmm,
way,
I
like
mean
one of those wallets has to fulfill all the requirements. So it's kind of just like use whatever wallet has fulfilled that requirement, I guess.
Yeah, and I could also see it being like something more of like work for you, because I would assume it's like hard to automate like a wallet getting compromised and you know having something that's set up that finds out that it is compromised and then taking it out of your system. Like it needs to be manually done in a way. Like Make would have to put in a report, you would have to read the report and then make the changes.
Hmm.
So yeah, I could see that downfall or yeah.
I feel like just being able to change your wallet once you're already eligible would be good, because then you could just like if one account is eligible, then you could just sign up with that one and then switch to whatever one has your preferred name or whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna keep putting thought into this because I'm sure there's some use cases that I haven't really thought of, especially, and I do agree with like the right to be remembered. Um, I think it's the idea here is to reward the person more than the wallet address. So that's kind of why it's not completely decentral, like completely Web3 yet, other than like the login, it's not like tied to a smart contract or anything. It's just like in a database.
Yep. Well, still a proof of concept. It's good that
Yeah.
you've put the time in to do that. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's why
definitely
I wanted to do a little pilot stage to get people's opinions on it, get some more ideas of how to improve it and stuff. So this is all good stuff, guys. Thanks.
yep, got to start somewhere. That's for sure. Let's see. Want to say hello to DJ CK. What up, Meta Mike, Juliana? So nice to see you this week. Welcome, welcome. Uh, we have a couple new listeners like We CEO. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, I mean, we're just having our weekly Decentraland space. Um, if it's your first time here, we just gather every Saturday at noon Eastern and just talk about Decentraland or like all the different stuff that we're doing around Decentraland or just around Web3, whatever it may be. We also like do talk do talk a lot of random stuff in between. So if you're ever feeling like joining the conversation, you're more than welcome to. Um, and yeah, right now, for anyone that just came in, we've been talking about decentralandtrust.org, which is something that our friend here on Knower has been developing and kind of putting it into pilot phase just to have a concept to show. And who knows, maybe it'll be something that could be implemented. Talks about like a reward based system has been like around the community for quite a while, and it's kind of cool to see someone acting on the thoughts. But yeah, if anyone would like to come up, you're more than welcome to. If not, we can continue our rambles. I did post a really good cat video up in on the Jumbotron. It's by Why You Should Have Cats. And I think that's the best AI video I've ever seen. Have you seen it on Nowhere?
I don't think I have. Sorry, I apologize, guys. I actually got to step down for a little bit to take care of some family stuff. But I appreciate everybody giving me the time to talk about my new little project, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. And yeah, if you're not eligible, you got what 2 weeks or so to get those badges. Thanks again, guys.
Yep, yep, yep. Take care and make sure to watch the cat video. Cat videos are important. All right, take care, Nowhere. And I mean, if there aren't any other topics we could cover today, we could definitely start to wind down. I know Vanessa had to go AFK for a minute. I don't know if she is back. Canessa, check. All right, Canessa's still down. I know Make is here still. Um, and let's see. And yeah, I guess we could start to wind down if anything. If no pressing topics come about. This this coming week for Beyond the NFT, we do have Ghost Train NFT coming through. He is a talented pianist and Web3 musician. Should be cool to have him. He also hosts these Thursday night spaces with Bobby Yaps. So, yeah, should be a fun conversation. Um, Next week on Friday coming up, we Make will be hosting the Beast roaming parties on the new clients. So that should be exciting. I hope you're excited, Make, and you have the build all updated to SDK 7.
Yeah, man. I'm super pumped. It's still really heavy. I think I got to go back in and cut it up some more. I'd love to get some more triangles back, get some furniture, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, definitely gotta get some furniture out for all the sleepy friends. I noticed that yesterday there was like a corner where every time someone got sleepy and was the end of their evening, they would go over to that corner and just like lay down on the floor.
Yeah, it was a fun one. For what it's worth, we got over 650 views on X now. That's pretty good.
Test, test. Can you hear me?
There you are, Canessa. Oh, what the heck? Okay, yeah, looks like Twitter Space is actually ruggy right now. So yeah, I was just about closing down, Canessa. Any final words you would like to leave everyone with?
I don't think so. I just think have a good week, everybody, and hope that yeah, it's just we're there. We're at the final transition, so hope it goes well and see you guys on the other side.
Yep, yep. It's going to be an exciting week. Next week's space should be an exciting space as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how much we're allowed to share on any of that, but yeah, it should be an exciting space. We should have official friends here.
Yeah,
Canessa,
definitely come by next week. Yeah, Mike.
go to kidcallbeast.com, add your Twitter and your profile, and get those beast points so you could win a beast too. It's so easy, and then that's free. I got to tell you, it's going to be important to have.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
It's literally like a 3-second sign up.
Nice. Okay, I'm doing it. I've got so much stuff
Attach,
on my list that I'm like, I need to do this, and
yes.
I'm the worst. I keep putting stuff off.
Look, existence is the proof. I think Stony won one too. I could be
Okay,
crazy.
so what do? You go.
You
I'm at
go
their
to the
website.
website, go, make a profile, uh, which you don't, you can put Canessa, which is the easiest. But then you tether your Twitter. I'm not 100% sure that you have to do Discord, but you definitely have to have your Twitter connected to it.
Okay.
And then that's when you get to start earning points. But it should be less than like a 2-minute process. Besides finding your ledger if you need it.
So
Um,
let's see. Is it loyalty points or is it
so go
social
to
connection?
profile
There we go. I okay. I think I
and
got
then
it.
create a profile. Yep, and tether your social, and then you're good, and then you're
Okay.
earning. And other than that, I really look forward to seeing y'all all over the place. I'm gonna keep pestering KJ down there to let us use another amazing space. We've been hanging out at my house while everything just transitions over, but I can't wait to come visit some of your spaces if anybody would like to have us over. Last shout out Wilson, who absolutely made me an incredible audit of the Hyperfi who just pulled up. Those are his NFTs he's wearing that are cheap and awfully useful. And he just left. Great work, Make. Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're looking to keep the party going. I'm gonna keep pestering KJ because she's the best. And have a great weekend. Don't kill too many people in Fortnite.
Not a possibility. Sorry.
No promises, no promises. Uh,
Make just get in the car.
Get in the
uh,
car. Get your gauntlets. Get your pumpkin shooter. Let's go.
Don't forget your Captain Marvel shield. That was important.
It's Captain America, but it's okay. They're both captains.
You're totally
I,
right. I'm
I
I'm
could
doing great at this.
I could do this all day.
And I need to visit Dr. Drip and Unknower for some updated lessons. Drip, I can't wait to hang with you. But I'm getting DJ lessons right now by Nate. I got a new buddy thanks to Sinful.
yes, he did. He got a new friend. They both popped in here earlier, so that was fun.
I'm literally in a Discord like sending music and learning stuff right now. And Jim Cedric, I see you Harding. Your content has been absolutely fire. That singing one, I put that back up. I never do that. That shit was amazing.
Yep. I guess on that note, okay, I already asked Canessa for final thoughts. Did you just make your final thoughts as well? Just
Um,
now?
yeah, get ready for the Make a Mew Fest coming soon. I love you guys.
Some sort of Woozik festival will happen for sure. Um, and yeah, everyone, we'll see you back here next week. And thank you for being here. And Yeah, really appreciate your time. So in world, I will be playing some music here at Canessa's Parcels until maybe everyone clears out. I do think there may be ABC Decentraland tours in about 2.5 hours. So yes, keep an eye out for that. Billy T Coin and Odd Job should be doing their weekly Decentraland tours, which are a lot of fun, and you learn a little bit of history and get to hang out with friends while doing it. Uh, and yeah, I can't wait till those tours start happening in the new client. I feel like the new client is going to be a great thing for those tours. So yeah, thank you everyone. Take care, and we'll see you back next week. And to everyone in parcel, we'll be chilling for a little longer. Thank you. Bye.
All right, all right, all right. Looks like we can play some music now. It's all about the music. Let's see. Let's kick down this Decentraland. What is that? What is this? Oh, that's Twitter. And then let's see.